And we are back. And we are back with Knicks basketball. We are back, y'all. Let's start the show. That is right. We are back in a big old NBC/Peacock game here tonight, where the New York Knicks will be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The player of the week here in the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks. This game is no joke. The Knicks are down Mitchell Robinson, they're down Deuce McBride, and now they are also down Gershon Yabusele, not to mention that Josh Hart is playing through injury, and Karl Anthony Towns is playing through injury. So now we are sitting here with a hampered lineup going up against the best player in the East, possibly the best player in the NBA so far this season. It's him and Wemby, kind of as the 1-2, right? Whoever you want, that's fine. Probably Wemby through the first 3-4 games of the season, but Giannis is right there, right behind them. If we look at the averages, Giannis's averages are actually more impressive so far to start the year. So here we are. We have to go up against Giannis Antetokounmpo without a lot of our firepower here tonight. And let me tell you, no excuses. I need the Knicks to pick up a victory here today, going up against the Bucks. Obviously, an Eastern Conference rival team that's looking to pull them down. And you know what I realized today? I realized going around scavenging the internet and watching a lot of Bucks content creators, a lot of Bucks insiders talk about Milwaukee. And you know what I realized about tonight's matchup? I've realized that New York, and I hadn't taken this into consideration, maybe you guys have, but New York has become the standard. New York has become the test team, the team in which other teams, other fan bases, other franchise come into tonight and they'll go, okay, we have to see where we stand against New York, right? The cream of the crop. It's New York and it's Cleveland, obviously. So when we go up against New York, it's our time to show that we belong with the Knicks. So we have to come out and give them our best. We have to show them that we're here to compete. We have to show them that we're not going anywhere just because we're down Damian Lillard. We've traded away Drew Holiday. We're down a lot of guard depth. It don't matter. We still got Giannis in the back, and we're here to stay, and we're going to take you all the way down to the wire. Right? Miami showed that. Boston, without a lot of its firepower, we know what's going on with Boston. They're in a mini tank right now. Still came out and competed with the Knicks. So the Knicks are going to have to be ready on a nightly basis. They are now the hunted. Despite the fact that they haven't even made a finals appearance yet, so far in the Eastern Conference, the New York Knicks are now the hunted. So here we are, up against the Milwaukee Bucks team that wants to prove themselves against New York, and an angry Giannis Antetokounmpo after all of that offseason, not even a lot, but all of that offseason drama about him wanting to get traded to New York. So best believe he's going to want to come out tonight and put on a show. It is an away game for the Knicks. We just had an away game in Miami. Hopefully the guys are rested, because it did not look like the guys were rested. It looked like they went out on the town to go up against Miami. So hopefully tonight they got their rest in, because there's nothing to do up there in Milwaukee except get your rest in and get ready to play basketball. So hopefully we come out and we play well. Now, thankfully, we do have the captain, Jalen Brunson, here, who always performs well against the Milwaukee Bucks. Whether they got Drew Holiday out there or not, he's going to take advantage of his matchups because they don't really have good perimeter defenders. He'll probably end up being matched with A.J. Green a lot here tonight. And let me tell you something, A.J. Green, perfectly fine player, fantastic. We'll get to him in the pregame here. We'll get to his graphic and we'll talk about him a little bit because he's having a fantastic start to the year. I want to give him a quick shout out right there before I utterly obliterate him right now. He has no chance in the world of guarding Jalen Brunson. Few players do. A.J. Green, zero chance. My man will get cooked tonight. It will be embarrassing. He'll probably get into foul trouble if he stays on the court, or if he stays on the Brunson matchup. They'll probably try to throw a bunch of different bodies at Brunson. We'll see if Brunson faces double teams tonight. Best believe he faced double teams against the Miami Heat, and the Knicks had to adjust accordingly. Now, hopefully, the Knicks will knock down three-point shots tonight. Hopefully. Because Lord knows, if they continue to misfire the way they are misfiring, it will be another long night. right? And people will start to wonder, is this the right kind of process for the Knicks to have going into games? I reckon it is. The Knicks have to prove it now, right? David Oz Jr., we get at Bernie's, Connor Bryan, Mark, Mr. Lee. What's up, Mr. Lee? Jay Hammer, appreciate y'all. David Oz Jr., Weekend at Bernie's, I said you already. Nostalgic Nick, Big Red, of course. Samuel Atias, what's up, Samuel? Appreciate you. Susan, Buzzer Beater, Karen, of course. All the regulars, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all. So, Jalen Brunson will cook. I did update Jalen Brunson's graphics just because the last time I updated it, it was stuck on the one game he had. So the percentages are much more relevant to what he's shooting so far this year. You can see everybody's on the Knicks percentages are down as of right now because nobody's really shooting it well. Although Brunson did just have a good shooting night against the Miami Heat, he's going to need to stack a couple of those, and we know he's capable of doing that, but he's going to start needing to stack a couple of those in order to get back on track with his season. So at least we have Jalen Brunson, right? At least we have Jalen Brunson. So we get over to Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns, who is still playing through a quad injury for some reason. Maybe the medical staff is waiting for Mitchell Robinson to make his season debut. For some reason, he was healthy coming into the year, played 2 preseason games, and he's been out ever since. But apparently it's just management, just injury management, apparently. Sure, I guess that's how injury management works. That makes sense. That makes sense to everybody, right? Listen, I want him healthy for the playoff run, but just be honest with everybody. It's not injury management. I don't think he re-aggravated the injury, but just say, listen, he's not 100%, and we want him to be 100% when he plays basketball. No need to rush it. And we'll all go, okay, he's not injured, but he just, okay, right? Instead, we have to theory craft, maybe he re-injured it, maybe it's a different injury, whatever. So, unfortunately, here we are. But we do have Karl-Anthony Towns playing tonight through the injury. These are last season averages, 24% from the field. We know what he can do from three-point range. He's trying to get them volumes up, even though he shot 7 threes against the Miami Heat. Only hit 1 of them because outside of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, nobody really shot well the other night against Miami. So hopefully we get a bounce-back game from Karl-Anthony Towns. He usually doesn't stack bad shooting games on top of each other, so hopefully we get a bounce-back game here tonight. He will be going up against his favorite opponent in Miles Turner tonight, the newest Buck, who we will get to, obviously. He will be going up against Miles Turner, who he absolutely cooked in the playoff series last year when he was with Indiana. We'll see if him being in Milwaukee and having Giannis as the defender alongside of him makes that matchup any better for Miles Turner. We get over to OG Anunoby, who has the biggest job tonight of anybody. He will be matched up primarily with the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, and so hopefully OG Anunoby brought his big boy pants tonight because, you know, Giannis, who's been on the run that he's been on, Eastern Conference Player of the Week, averaging damn near 40 points per game, over 10 rebounds, about 7 assists. Oof, best believe OG Anunoby has his hands full here tonight because not only will he be relied upon as the main defender against Giannis Antetokounmpo, we're looking for an offensive bounce-back game from OG Anunoby, who took some wild threes against the Miami Heat, a little out-of-character game for him. I don't know what he was feeling that night. Maybe he was feeling his jump shot, but it did not translate inside the game as he was misfiring shot after shot after shot. I mean, he hit, 4 threes that night, but took 12. So not great. Not a great night for OG Anunoby. Took 13 total shots, 12 of them were from three-point range. So we know OG Anunoby can do better than that. You don't want him settling that much from three-point range when he's 6'8", has the frame that he has the strength that he has to get downhill and get an easier basket every now and again. So don't settle for the threes, but also make sure you're locked in defensively. Not looking for a ton offensively from OG Anunoby because I want all of his attention defensively against Giannis. So I just need you to make the open ones, OG. That's my expectation for you tonight. Make the open ones. And because I don't have a high expectation for OG Anunoby offensively tonight, that leaves us with Mr. Mikal Bridges to step up offensively tonight. And look, Mikal Bridges has gone off to a perfectly fine start to the year. He's been one of the better Knicks, one of the more consistent Knicks so far this season. From day one of the preseason, I feel like my man has been doing his job, whether he's shooting it well or not on that given night, which is exactly what you need from Mikal Bridges. Now, without a star guard for the Milwaukee Bucks, Mikal Bridges' night as a point of attack defender should be a little bit easier, and he should be able to play a little bit more in help side, although maybe they'll match him up with Green, maybe they'll match him up with a guy like Ryan Rollins, and he'll be chasing those guys around all night. But without a star guard to really break down the defense, he should have a bit of an easier time guarding out on the perimeter and being in help side and being the defensive havoc that he can be. So I'm looking for a good performance from Mikal Bridges. Outside of Jalen Brunson, he was probably the best Knick. the other night against Miami, right? It was him and Brunson kind of leading the charge, and then everybody else filling in every now and again. But obviously, it wasn't enough. So I'm going to need Mikal Bridges to do exactly the same, if not a little bit more here tonight, as I'm not expecting as much from OG Anunoby, who has the Giannis assignment. We get over to Mitchell Robinson, who remains out. I went on my little mini Mitch rant. If it was injury management, he wouldn't miss the first 4 games of the season, right? Just tell us the truth. What's going on with Mitch, right? Did it swell up a little bit? Is it stiff? Did he re-aggravate it? Or is he going to miss the next 2? Just tell us. We're going to sit him for the next 2 weeks and see and reevaluate him at that point. Don't tell us he's game to game and it's a game time decision and all the things. It's clearly not a game time decision because they're ruling him out a day in advance. So just let us know what's going on with Mitchell Robinson so we could stop theorizing and hypothesizing and arguing with each other about what's going on with him. That'd be nice. Thank you, Knicks organization. Thank you, medical staff. We get to Josh Hart, who is playing through the back injury, who is playing through the finger injury, and while he still refuses to shoot three-point shots, he is still doing Josh Hart things. He's grabbing rebounds he has no business grabbing, fighting for loose balls he has no business winning. And so Josh Hart is still doing the Josh Hart things. I just wish maybe he would go get that finger surgery because we're going to need you to shoot some threes, brother. You can't be 6'4" and a guard off the bench not shooting threes. I love everything else you're doing, but you got to hit some perimeter shots, my brother. So, he's also going to be extremely important tonight with OG Anunoby preoccupied with Giannis. We're going to need Josh Hart to step up off ball. Number 1 is a defender, but number 2 is a rebounder, obviously helping out. With no Gershon Yabusele, no Mitchell Robinson, Ariel Hukporti. I don't think he's going to get the start. We're actually going to start Landry Shamet tonight. And at this point, I might need to make a Landry Shamet player graphic. I don't have one for Landry Shamet, I don't have one for Tyler Kolek, and I don't have one for Ariel Hukporti because I did not think those guys would be permanent fixtures in the rotation. But apparently to Mike Brown, I am wrong. And I think I am wrong because those guys, all 3 of those guys, have performed admirably well as end-of-the-bench guys. But with the injuries, Landry Shamet has been elevated into the starting lineup. So maybe we get some interesting, maybe we see some Dadier, maybe we see some Diawara, maybe we see some Tosan Mwuma. I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's Ebumwan, but it's pronounced Mwuma. So maybe we see Tosan tonight. Who knows? Who knows with Mike Brown as the new head coach? We get to Deuce McBride, who is out for personal reasons. And when you're out for 2 games in a row with personal reasons, usually means something not great is going on in his personal life. So I hope everything is good with Deuce McBride and it's something positive. Who knows? But I hope everything's good with the McBride family. He will not be playing tonight for personal reasons. We get the Gershon Yabusele, who is out with a sprained knee, contused knee, something like that he suffered against the Miami Heat. We did see him in that game limping around a little bit after he took a tough fall and somebody fell on top of him. So he was questionable coming into tonight. So he's not too hurt. It's not too bad. But he was eventually ruled out before the game. And so Gershon Yabusele is out tonight. Like I said, I don't have one for Landry Shamet, but Landry Shamet will be in the starting lineup tonight. We know what he's capable of. 3-point marksman, energetic defender, even if he gives up a little bit of size. So Shamet will be in the starting lineup. Jordan Clarkson. I forgot about Jordan Clarkson, who obviously will come off the bench tonight for the New York Knicks. Jordan Clarkson had a pretty miserable game against Miami, but then again, who didn't? Jordan Clarkson has not been great. He's had spurts where it's like, oh, there he is. That's what I want you to do, Jordan Clarkson. So hopefully he picks his game back up and he starts to acclimate himself within this Knicks team and within this Knicks scheme here so far. It's just, MK Methamem, what's up, MK? MB, what's up, MB? Hattie, appreciate you, Hattie. We get over to the Milwaukee Bucks. And obviously, everything starts with Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, 6'11", damn near 7 feet tall, as athletic as he is, as long as he is. They don't call him the Greek Freak for nothing. These are last year averages, right? Last year, for a full 82-game season, he averaged 30 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6.5 assists. He has upped those numbers to start this year. He had a 40-point, 17 rebound, 9 assist game the other night, something like that. The defense has been phenomenal. The offense has been unstoppable. He continues to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Giannis we know and love, if not maybe even a little bit better than what we've come to know Giannis as. He may be on his way to competing and being in the MVP conversation again after a couple of years of finishing kind of in a distant 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot in that MVP conversation behind SGA and Jokic and Embiid, even when he was back competing for the best player in the league award. And so right now, my man Giannis is at the tippity top. Him and Wemby are competing for that best player. in the league award. Obviously, we know Jokic is not too far behind. Obviously, we know SGA is not too far behind. Luka, who recently just got hurt, because it seems like Luka's always hurt now. Giannis he ain't going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. And boy, oh boy, is he going to look to show out tonight against the New York Knicks, right? For any context, it's like this is Giannis. We know Giannis. You hope he's going to settle for some jump shots, and he's missing them. And even if he isn't, hopefully you can send him to the line and he misses some free throws, because otherwise, good luck. There is no guarding Giannis. You build the wall. You hope he settles for a jump shot. You hope when he goes to the foul line, he misses his free throws. Other than that, you pray. You pray OG Anunoby has it in him tonight to bang with him all night long, because it's going to be a tough ride. Miles Turner, their newest acquisition, I would probably consider their second best, if not their second most important player on the team. He fills in the Brook Lopez role. Obviously, Brook Lopez, older in his career, doesn't slide his feet as well. While he's still a decent rim protector, never a very good rebounder. I mean, Miles Turner doesn't necessarily fix that, but he is younger, more athletic, quicker to the ball, and at this point in his career, a better defender and a better rim protector. Also a better scorer overall, almost 16 points per game last year with Indiana. He's still trying to find his role here with the Milwaukee Bucks and playing alongside Giannis, but we know what he's capable of. Good rim protector and not a knockdown, but a very good three-point shooter. One that you actually have to respect. One of the few spacing big men who you actually have to respect out at the three-point line. Christopher Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Coro White, what's up, Coro? Right? You actually have to respect Miles Turner when he steps out behind the three-point line. You can't just say, I'll live with Miles Turner shooting threes, because he can beat you by shooting open three after open three after open three. So you're going to need to close out hard on Miles Turner. Obviously, you'll live with him shooting a bunch of threes tonight and not being so much so inside. So Miles Turner next to Giannis could be a scary defensive lineup here tonight for a guy like Jalen Brunson, who's probably going to have to settle for a lot more jump shots than he probably normally would. So here we go. We go over to Kyle Kuzma. I know Kyle Kuzma's coming off the bench, but he's their most notable name so far. I should probably move AJ Green over to as their third best, most important player at this point, playing alongside those guys. But Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench, still trying to find his role with this team. He may not be a good NBA player anymore. Still trying to find his space here with the Milwaukee Bucks, still trying to get that losing Washington Wizards stank off of him and whatnot. So Kyle Kuzma, he could do it. He's the kind of guy who could do a little bit of everything, right? But he hasn't been good for them. He was not very good at the end towards the end of his Wizards tenure. Part of the reason why they shipped him off for almost nothing. I mean, an injured Chris Middleton who never really plays anymore. Kind of shoved them off for nothing, but the percentages are not good. 63% from the foul line, 43% from the field, 30% from three-point range. Is a far cry of who he was when he was a good backup swingman for the Lakers when they won the championship. Kyle Kuzma needs to get back to that for the Milwaukee Bucks in order for them to kind of really start competing in the East again. Either that or he's going to be one of the guys they ship out at some point. AJ Green, who probably is the third most important player on this Milwaukee Bucks team. Boy, oh boy, is he really stepping up to start the year. I think this is a perfect picture, right, of AJ Green, right? This is perfectly encapsulates AJ Green. No, it's a terrible picture, obviously. I picked it for a reason. AJ Green is an absolute sniper. Last season, 42.7% from three-point range, and he has upped his volume this year. Boy, the Milwaukee Bucks are getting out and running a lot more than they did last year. Not super fast, but playing much faster than they were previously. Ernest Catch, what's up, Ernest? Paul Dog NYC, my guys, appreciate y'all. AJ Green, he's going to come down, he's going to put up a bunch of shots. He's going to run off of a million screens. I hope they don't put Jalen Brunson on Green and ask Jalen Brunson to chase him around all night long. I would think that you'd probably see Mikal Bridges try and guard AJ Green and be the guy chasing him around. It's not a point of attack defense or I guess maybe you start Shamet because you ask Shamet to chase him around all night long, who's pretty good as a defensive chaser, right? You don't want Shamet's an okay on-ball defender, but probably better as an off-ball defender chasing shooters around. He should be small and quick enough to keep up with him, so hopefully we see that. Bobby Portis off the bench. Once a Nick, always a Nick in my opinion. I always like Bobby Portis. Happy to see him thrive out there in Milwaukee, but Bobby Portis, has won the hearts of the Milwaukee Bucks fans, but, since kind of his first couple of seasons there, he's really started to slow down his game as he starts to get older now. 14 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, kind of their go-to off-the-bench rebounder, with Miles Turner not the greatest rebounder, and when you take Giannis off the court, who's grabbing those rebounds? It's going to have to be Bobby Portis when they put him in. We obviously know he is capable of stepping out and shooting threes, which is okay, right? He's the kind of guy he's the kind of stretch big who you will probably dare to shoot and make threes from the perimeter. So we'll see if Bobby Portis is going to be capable of damaging the Knicks tonight. But he can lose confidence in his jump shooting pretty quickly. So if he misses his first couple of shots, expect him to start turning down jump shots and attacking the paint recklessly. As long as the Knicks play big and don't allow him to bully ball down low, the Knicks should be able to handle Bobby Portis' aggressiveness. Move over to Gary Trent Jr., who, like A.J. Green, is another marksman. So the Knicks are going to have multiple ball chasers, off-ball chasers here on this team. But with no real guards out there, Gary Trent Jr. is going to be relied upon to do a little bit of the ball handling here tonight. They kind of utilize ball handling from their guard spot kind of as a community. Everybody gets a little bit of action on the ball. Obviously, Giannis will do a lot of the playmaking and ball handling for this team with no real point guard out there, but Gary Trent Jr. will also chip in as another ball handler for them. We know what he's capable of. He's a three-point shooter, 41.6% from three-point range, damn near won them a playoff game all by himself last year. A couple playoff games, actually, all by himself. Gary Trent Jr. is a marksman, and if he gets it going, you're in for a long night. So the Knicks have a lot to look out for between him, A.J. Green, and then obviously you have the Giannis situation. So the Bucks actually have done a pretty decent job of surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo with good shooters. You get Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is a pretty good backup guard. Right? Cole Anthony was once the sixth man of the Orlando Magic before they eventually cut bait with him, looking for an improved option at the backup guard spot. He's really just a scorer off the bench and not even all that efficiently. 43% from the field, 35% three-point shooter. So really, Cole Anthony is kind of one of those guys you throw out there, see if he has it for the night, and if not, maybe you go to a different option. Part of the reason why he was eventually traded over to the Memphis Grizzlies before they ultimately waived him. So he couldn't even make it onto the Memphis Grizzlies roster. Ultimately, Milwaukee picked him up, and what is probably a good pickup for them, considering their situation, but still not an option truly at point guard for them. We get over to Kevin Porter Jr., who is out with injury tonight, so not much to say about him, but he is more of a slasher, more of a bucket getter, more so than an facilitator, but he is not playing tonight, so the Knicks don't have to really worry about him. And that's kind of where we're going to end it right there. Guy we don't have a graphic made for who will be playing tonight is Ryan Rollins, who might also possibly be in the starting lineup. Ryan Rollins is solid, very good, similar to Cole Anthony. If he's got it going that night, you'll see a lot of Ryan Rollins, and if he doesn't, Coach Doc Rivers will be looking in another direction, looking for another option. Again, they kind of do point guard by committee right now on the Milwaukee Bucks until possibly they'll look into a trade at some point. So the Knicks are gonna have to look out for that. They're gonna have to do a lot of chasing around. So hopefully Shamet and Mikal Bridges get priority there. Chris Baskerville said Sarr versus Embiid. They're going at it right now. All right. We're gonna go around the league as well as we go through the night. So this is a little bit later than usual that we start these games because the NBC slate now starts games at prime time, which they deem 8 o'clock, which means that the late night game, the Western Conference game, will start at 11. Part of the reason why TNT used to start games at 7:30 so that they can start their late game at least 10:30, which is a little bit more reasonable, half hour earlier, right? But I'll go over to Twitter. I'll look over for this quote-unquote going at it verbiage that you use there, Chris. AP, what's up, AP? Phil, Phil? Come on, Phil. You're not going to get me, brother. You're not going to get me, Phil. Come on, I'm too good for that. Come on, Phil. Come on, Phil. All these meme names, brother. You're not going to get me? Mark said, we need a big game from Mikal tonight. I agree, Mark. I agree. I think tonight is definitely a Mikal Bridges night. Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Cat, and Landry Shamet. Of course, we went over that. Are the starters. Let me look up Sarr and Embiid. Weekend at Bernie said, Knicks need that one Charles Oakley player. They don't exist, brother. They don't exist. You are living in a bygone era, my man. There's nothing on the Embiid Sarr thing, so. I mean, I guess they're just going at it. I guess you mean they're just going at it. Ernest Cash, what's up, Ernest? We're gonna burst, so we shall see. I watch more than enough basketball. We're gonna Bernie's. There are no Charles Oakleys in the league anymore. You have to be good at basketball to enter the league. Fan72, what's up, fan? I think OG is our consistent player. OG did not play well against the Miami Heat. If he did, maybe we would have pulled that game out. But he did not play well against the Miami Heat. So far, our most consistent player to start the year is probably Bridges. Brunson, kind of between those two guys. Probably Brunson just because he has more on his plate than Bridges does. I'd go, Bridges also kind of got cooked defensively a little bit by Norman Powell, who obviously Powell is very good, but got cooked a little bit by Norman Powell. So I'd say Jalen Brunson's been our most consistent player, with Mikal Bridges right below him. Right, Brunson didn't have a very efficient first game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, so he's not too far ahead of Bridges right now. But Anunoby's probably the third guy behind them, and then I'd put Karl-Anthony Towns at 4. McBride was playing. I'd have McBride ahead of a lot of those guys, but obviously he's out with personal reasons. But I need Anunoby to be consistent offensively. He's consistent defensively, but I need him to be consistent offensively. Very important season for OG Anunoby. Part of the reason why Mike Brown is electing to start Landry Shamet tonight is because of what we talked about in the pregame between both Gary Trent Jr. and AJ Green, and now Ryan Rollins, who's in the starting lineup, I assume, for the Bucks. As a matter of fact, we can look it up so I know exactly. But you're going to need defensive players who can chase, right? So starting Ariel Hukporti for Shamet would have just meant that now Hukporti is going to have to step out and guard Miles Turner out on the perimeter. Just not the smartest decision there. You have Anunoby matched up with Giannis Antetokounmpo anyway, so you can match Towns up with Miles Turner, and then you could have Mikal Bridges and Landry Shamet chasing both Gary Trent Jr. and AJ Green, and then you could put Jalen Brunson on Ryan Rollins, and he should be good enough defensively to hold Ryan Rollins down a little bit, right? Fan72 said Cat needs Mitch more than any other dude. A lot of the Knicks need Mitch. It's the rebounding, it's the defense. Obviously, very much helps Cat as well. But I don't even want to talk about Mitch right now because it's so frustrating to have him out. Right? It's so frustrating. Chris said I need 25 from Brunson. Brunson always cooks the Bucks, Chris. So I think 25 is pretty safe, especially coming off of a pretty damn good game he had against the Miami Heat. I think Jalen Brunson's a little salty, a little upset that they walked out of there with the loss because he was one of the few guys. It's like him and Mikal Bridges who actually played well. Everybody else played pretty terribly. So I think Jalen Brunson's out for revenge, and he's going to make sure that the Knicks get the win tonight. The guy standing in his way, Giannis, though, he's also looking to get a big old win tonight. So I think it's going to be a battle between the two star players here tonight. The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? Since number one will say it, Giannis should be a Knick. It would be glorious. It would be glorious to have Giannis as a Knick. It would just, cost everything. Panama Ray, what's up, Panama? Cat looks unhappy in his role. I think that's just projection. There's no way to, you could, even if we agreed that Cat looks unhappy, I can tell you right now, Cat's unhappy because he's playing through the quad strain. We could literally decipher it any way we want. I think there's no way to really tell. And I think it's silly to project feelings on the people that we don't, even if they are feeling those things and it's evident that they're feeling those things, it would be impossible to figure out the reason why they would be feeling those things. Big Rod said the number 1 Chicago Bulls versus the number 2 76ers. Yes, absolutely. Those two teams getting off to a really solid start, man. They're getting off to a really solid start. What was that notification? Oh, Round Ball Rock playing during the warm-ups. That's fun. That's fun. The NBC intro playing during the warm-ups for the game tonight. A lot of people have to text me what channel the game is on. Look it up. Look it up. Rasul Thomas, what's up, Rasul Thomas? I'm hyped. I'm ready for the game. It's going to be a big game. Bucks are playing well. Both of these teams come into tonight at 2-1. Hopefully the Knicks can escape tonight with a victory, jump to 3-1, and then you have 2 days off before you get to Friday's game, which will be, I believe, an NBA Cup game. We're already getting to the NBA Cup games. I can verify that for you right now. I believe Friday, all the games are NBA Cup games. Do they say? Yes, they do say. NBA Cup games on Friday where the Knicks play the Chicago Bulls. Big Rud, we're coming for you, Big Rud. We are coming for you, my guy. Both the Bulls and the 76ers are undefeated, so. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? Big Rud said, I got to say these things now before we inevitably end up fighting the Heat for a play-in spot and lose. Very true. Very true. It is like destiny that the Bulls and the Heat will meet each other in the play-in for the next half decade at least. Shot Collins, what's up, Shot Collins? Okay, he said this is going to be a surprising season. I hope it's not a surprising season in a bad way. If anything, I hope it's a surprising season in a good way. AB said, good luck to us. Philadelphia has been playing nothing but easy teams, and the NBA is at it again with the Lakers to work. Free throw attempts. True. Very true. Philadelphia has been playing some easy teams. So has San Antonio. But, you know, you can only play the teams that are in front of you. And over the course of an 82-game regular season, everything will balance out, man. Everything will balance out. Almighty Alpha, what's up, Almighty? Who's good for the Knicks to bet on? Jalen Brunson typically has good games against the Milwaukee Bucks team. They don't have anybody who can guard him, especially since they traded Jrue Holiday. But even when they had Jrue Holiday, they still cooked him. So I would expect Jalen Brunson to have a big night tonight. I'm also looking for Mikal Bridges to have a big night tonight because OG Anunoby will be prioritizing his defense tonight. And so hopefully Mikal Bridges takes a bigger step offensively. So I would put my money on those two guys. But I'm not a big bettor, brother. So don't take my advice, but you're asking, so I'm giving it. AP reminding people to the thumbs up button. I appreciate you, AP. Yes, if you're enjoying the show, we're ready to go. We're going through the starting lineup intros right now. Everybody's gathering up on the court, so we're tipping it off any second here. I know they got to go through the Bucks intros. So here they go. We'll be live, ready for the tip-off in about a minute or two. Yvette Passad, what's up, Yvette? Kenny McLeod, my man Kenny. What's up, Kenny? Big Red said Knicks have the better talent overall. I mean, they have the better talent over many teams. I think they're a top 5 team in terms of talent. Right? You got OKC up there. You got Denver up there. You got Cleveland up there. That's 3. In terms of talent, you got the Knicks up there. I'm thinking if we're looking at talent, who's definitely above the Knicks? I'd have those 3 teams definitely above the Knicks. And then the group right below that is, you know, a couple of teams involving the Knicks. So, you know, I'd say they're about top 5. About top 5. Bernie said if healthy, Knicks will win the World Championship. If healthy, man, starting the year off this unhealthy is very unnerving to me. Very unnerving. I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like that Cat has a quad strain. He's been playing through it. I don't like that at all. Don't like that Mitchell Robinson has yet to make his season debut despite playing in the preseason and seeming very healthy. Right? The first game of the preseason, he had what? 18 rebounds in like 15 minutes or something ridiculous? Or 15 rebounds in 18 minutes? It was something crazy like that. And then he is just not ready for the regular season. It just seems very weird. The Knicks medical staff and front office did announce, you know, when he missed the opening night game, they did say, if this were a playoff game, if this were a necessary game for him to play in, he would be playing. But, you know, which is obviously a good sign. But We are now in game 4, and he is still yet to play. So I don't like it. MBM, what's up, MBM? MB, game time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got Gary Trent Jr. being introduced, and they're saving Giannis for last, of course. So we're getting ready for the jump. Big Red said the 76ers backcourt is a problem. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Edgecombe, I haven't seen a rookie look this ready out the gate in a really long time. Like, Edgecombe has come out as like he's playing like it's his second or third year. Like, he's already accustomed to the NBA. It's crazy. Almighty Alpha said Brunson for 40. That's a gamble. There's a reason why you would be betting on it. It's a gamble for sure. I'll tell you this, though, Almighty. He put up 35 against the Miami Heat, and they lost. So I know he's going to come out salty and upset that they ended up losing that game in which he played pretty well. So he might be uber aggressive tonight. He might get to 40. Been a lot of players getting to 40. A record-breaking amount of players getting to 40. Almighty said, I'm putting 1,000 on it. Then you got to make the decision, brother. Don't ask me. A lot of money. You make the decision, my man. The Flea said Mitch got cheated on. He's in shambles. Just want to see my man hoop again, man. I just want to see my man hoop again. I think he's really primed for a great season if he can get back on the court. David Ross Jr. said, liking the new Knicks coaching sweaters? I didn't even notice. them. I got to take a look at them, David. Sam Cooper, what's up, Sam? Early injuries can be a blessing in disguise as it always leads to the development of more of the bench. Very true, Sam. It is early in the season. I just don't like the vibe that it's sending out to start the year with all the injuries. You know what I mean? It could overtax players to start. But you're right. We do have a head coach. I got to get out of the Tom Thibodeau mindset because we do have a head coach who will just dig deeper into the bench, right? Like, I would not be surprised if we see Dottie. I would not be surprised if we see Diawara. I would not be surprised if we see Mwoma here tonight. DCL Love, what's up, DCL? Almighty said, I won about 10,000 last time I asked. That's why I asked. It's up to you, brother. It's a lot of money. I don't feel confident giving you advice on what to do with that kind of cash. But I told you what I think Brunson could do tonight. I do think he's going to do a lot of damage to this team. So here we go, getting ready for the tip. And the Knicks win the tip. And Jalen Brunson will bring it down. Bridges up top, being guarded by Gary Trent Jr. Gets it over to Towns. Towns up top. Fakes the handoff to JB. JB cuts through, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges down the lane, under the basket, kicks it out to Anunoby up top, blows by Turner, back to Bridges. Wide open left corner three, line me up, and that's the way to start the game for my man, Mikal Bridges. Like I said, expect a big night from Mikal Bridges. Let's throw up the game cast too. I'm cheating y'all, my bad. Ryan Rollins has it up top, being guarded by Brunson, like expected. Shaman is on Gary Trent Jr., and Bridges is on Green. So Turner has it up top, hands it off to Rollins. Rollins dancing around the Turner screen. Coming to his left, a pull-up straightaway three, and he knocks it down as an answer. Not a great start. Not a great start there. Don't love that there. Anunoby has it up top. Ryan Rollins guarding Brunson full court. Like I said, it's also going to be a big Mikal Bridges night. Shamit gets it over to Bridges. Bridges blown by Green. Down the lane, lefty layup. Can't get it to go down. Towns fighting for the rebound. It's loose. Bridges able to pick it up. Out to Anunoby on the relocation straightaway three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. And Turner finally secures the rebound. Giannis gets it over to Gary Trent Jr. Back to Giannis. Kicks it out to Rollins. Rollins a second three. Left corner. He splashes it, and it's 2 threes for Ryan Rollins. Not a good start for Jalen Brunson, getting gamed on by Ryan Rollins so far. Bridges up top to get it over to Shamit. Shamit in the right corner. Up top to Towns. Towns catches, pump fakes, blows by Giannis. No, they call the foul on Giannis. All right, that's one foul on Giannis. That's a good start on that. Mark said, I said it, we need a big night from Mikal Bridges. I agree with you, Mark. I agree with you. I said it in the pregame as well. We went over it because OG Anunoby is going to be so prioritized with his defense tonight against OG Anunoby. I'm going to need Mikal Bridges to step up offensively and take more of the burden. Ryan Rollins going back to the locker room. What happened? Chris Dino Osler, what's up, Chris? Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Cole Anthony is subbed in. Ryan Rollins starts with 2 made threes and immediately has to come out of the game. He was questionable with an illness, so Sprayed over to Anunoby. Anunoby down the lane. Gets blocked by Turner. I don't know if it was a pass or a floater, but he gets blocked by Turner. Giannis turns the corner and gets fouled by Mikal Bridges, who had to pick up after Anunoby gets blocked at the rim. Big Red said, "Oh no, I hate injuries." I don't know if it was an injury. I mean, he walked off perfectly fine. He seemed fine. Cole Anthony has it up top. Coming to his left against Towns. Foul line pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. So far the guards killing the Knicks. Towns gets switched on to Anthony. He takes him to the mid-range and knocks it down. Brunson up top now being guarded by Green. Coming to his right. Dancing with it. Now coming to his left off the rescreen. Down the lane. Has it in the post. There's nobody to get it out to. Spins past Green. Gets all the way to the basket for the easy layup. Okay. And they give him the and one. All right. Jalen Brunson. There's no way that Jalen Green is going to be capable of guarding Jalen Brunson tonight. We've seen it before. And already picking up one foul on Green is great. Right? It's great. You got one foul on Green, one foul on Giannis. Two of their three most important players tonight. So Brunson's at the foul line for one more free throw. They put the graphic up. Brunson has scored 30-plus points in 6 games against the Milwaukee Bucks. He loves hooping against them. They don't really have anybody who can guard him. A.J. Green's their best matchup. And let me tell you something. A.J. Green can't guard him. In wet spots, the refs got to take care of a couple things. Or Brunson can take this free throw. It's going to take forever. We got 9:45 to go. Here we go. Brunson has his one free throw coming. Brunson does knock down his free throw. Thank you, JB. 8-6. 9:40 to go. Cole Anthony up top being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his left. Shovels it over to Turner. Turner up top being guarded by Towns. Gets it over to Giannis. Giannis 1-on-1 against OG. Fires a left wing three. Well short. Barely grazed the front of the rim. Towns picks up the rebound, and now here comes Brunson. Brunson coming to his left. Turner switches on to Brunson. Brunson's going to look to cook. Deep pull-up threes. They don't come out to guard him. Hits the front of the rim. Can't get it to go. Turner with the rebound, and now here comes Cole Anthony. Anthony over to Turner. Turner is the trailer for a straightaway three over Towns. Wide right, barely grazes the rim again. Now here comes Brunson. Brunson pushing to his left, behind the back pass to Towns, catches it on the run, all the way down, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Anunoby, sprays it over to Shamit. Shamit, jab step, driving it down, all the way to the rim, righty layup, got it to go. There you go. There you go, Landry Shamit. Way to be aggressive. Get to that rim. Get the easy layup. Now here comes Cole Anthony. I also like Karl Anthony Towns getting downhill, but then kicking it out. You don't see Karl Anthony Towns drive it to the basket and then go for the kick out. Giannis hands it off to Turner. Turner off the handoff, a left wing three, well short. Bridges comes in for the rebound, and now we're pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. Turner's forced to pick him up. Brunson crosses right past him to the rim. Gets chased down, blocked. Shaman picks it up and pulls it back out. Back up top to Bridges, over to Towns. Towns catches. Pump fakes, driving to his right on Giannis. Going past him, gets under the basket, shovels it out to Bridges. An excellent pass again on the drive. Off the back rim on the three-point attempt, and good rebound from Gary Trent Jr. over Brunson. Now here comes Giannis bringing it down the other way. A couple impressive passes from Towns on the drive. Again, you don't necessarily see that. When Towns drives, he looks for the basket. Giannis drop step on Anunoby. No foul call, a lot of contact. He looks like he got away with him maybe, but forces the miss. Brunson Euro steps down the lane, puts it above glass, gets it to go somehow. Great defense from A.J. Green. It did not matter. Brunson still got the layup to go, and now the Bucks will bring it down the other way. Cole Anthony has it up top being guarded by Shamit. They throw it back to Giannis in the high post on the right wing. Anunoby guarding him. Now he's going to look to back it down, back out. Cole Anthony, a deep straightaway three. Good closeout from Shamit. Short again, and now here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way off the Bridges rebound. Brunson on the left wing. Gary Trent Jr. going to pick him up. Coming to his right off the Town screen. It forces a switch. Cross-court pass to Anunoby. Gary Trent Jr. picks him up. Knocks the ball loose. He goes back to pick it up. Shovels it back out to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Anunoby. He says, get out of here. I know he's the Greek freak, but he still can't guard me. Hesitation move down the lane. Flips it up with the left hand. Got it to go. There's no guarding him. It don't matter who you want to put on him. You want to put DPOY Giannis on him? It don't matter. I'll blow by him, get the lefty layup anyway. Cole Anthony has it on the left wing. Coming to his right. Bridges chasing him. putting his head down, attacking. Euro steps, gets chased down, blocked by Towns. He picks up the rebound, hit ahead to Shamit. Shamit driving it down, bounce past to Brunson. Brunson pump fakes, goes up, gets the layup to go, and JB is cooking. The Knicks are cooking. We're getting out and running. It's 14-8. Brunson's getting easy layups. Towns is driving it down, kicking it out to shooters. If the three-point shots start to fall, the game will be over before you know it. The Knicks are off and running and doing their thing, and this is exactly what you want to see. Mark said good pump fake, incredible pump fake. Great point, Mark. Great point, because JB definitely gets chased down, blocked there. If he doesn't catch that, take his 2 steps and say, go ahead, fly by me, kid. Hit him with the pump fake and then get the layup to go. Incredible basketball being played right now. Defense leading the offense. Towns with a block. Anunoby with a block previously on Giannis. Getting great stops. Has Giannis scored yet? I don't think he has. We're just under 7 minutes to go here. We're almost at the halfway point. Bridges with 3, Shaman with 9, and Jalen Brunson already up to 9 points tonight. 4 for 6 from the field. There is no guarding Jalen Brunson. I tried to tell you, they have 0 players who can guard JB. 0. Who you want? Ryan Rollins? Well, he's out. VR Mace? What's up, VR Mace? It was just 10-3. Let's go, but basket, there's easy comebacks. We'll see, brother. I think it's going to be a back and forth affair all night long. I don't think the Knicks are going to blow out the Bucks. But I will tell you, Jalen Brunson is coming off of a very, very angry performance he had against Miami Heat, where he did a whole lot, and nobody else really showed up for him to help pull that victory out. So he put up 35, an efficient 35 against the Miami Heat, and they still walked out with a loss. So best believe Jalen Brunson will be upset, looking for a modicum of revenge here tonight, and he's going to take out his frustrations on the Milwaukee Bucks. And so far, he already has, with 9 quick early points, getting to the basket. And like I said, it does not matter who is guarding him. And that's going to be an all-night thing. Jacques Hollis said, are you going to a Knicks game this year? Probably in January for my birthday. Probably. Jalen Brunson has outscored the Milwaukee Bucks all by himself, by the way. Brunson with 9 points, the Bucks with 8. Ricky E245, can Giannis guard Brunson, Sheffy? I mean, it's not a matchup I will go to regularly, but in spurts, no, he cannot. Right? Giannis switched on to Brunson. Anunoby came over to set a screen to try and get Giannis off of him, and Brunson said, nah, it's cool, brother. It's cool. OG, go stand in the corner, big dog. Watch me cook the DPOY, the former DPOY. Watch me cook Giannis. Watch me cook him real quick. Just a quick hezzy, quick crossover, get back to that left hand. You know he wants to get to the left hand. Easy lefty layup. Doesn't bring it back to the right hand. Easy lefty layup for JB off the glass. The Flea said, Bridges 4 boards already. Love to see it. You absolutely adore to see it. We talked about last season, all season, we talked about, it was a stat we watched constantly. It was either Josh Hart or Karl Anthony Towns grabbing rebounds. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges were terrible rebounders last year for the team, and Mikal Bridges and both OG Anunoby, who started the year with a 14-rebound game, have both made they've obviously paid much closer attention to their rebounding. They've made a concerted effort to crash the glass as a team and grab some defensive rebounds. It should not be all your big men or nothing. As the wings, you need to grab 1, the long rebounds, and 2, battle inside for when Karl Anthony Towns is boxing out. You need to come in and snag the rebound. Don't wait for Towns to have to box out and go grab the rebound. Susan, what's up, Susan? VR Mace said, I went to all the Knicks games. I'm at the game right now. Oh, shout out to you, VR Mace. Hope you're having a good time tonight out there in Milwaukee. So here we go, getting back after the timeout. Cole Anthony bringing it down. Wonder what happened with Ryan Rollins. We're going to have to look for an update at some point. Cole Anthony on the right wing, dancing around on the Giannis screen. Gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Green. Bridges got his fingertips on it. Good deflection. Green couldn't catch it cleanly. Gets it over to Turner, hands it off to Gary Trent Jr., leaning in, stepping back, mid-range follow-away jumper over Shaman. Excellent defense, comes up short. Bridges with the rebound. Yet again, another rebound for Bridges. Here comes Brunson as the Knicks are on an 11-0 run. Brunson has it up top, led by Jalen Brunson, who has 9 points so far. Coming to his left. Sprays it over to Anunoby off the screen. A straightaway 3. In and out. Can't get it to stay. We got to get the open ones to go down. An open 3 for OG, and he misses it. Giannis bringing it down. He has it up top. Hesitates. Kicks it out to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony. Good defense from Towns to come over and help. Cole Anthony driving it down. They shovel back over to Giannis. Giannis settles for the foul line pull-up jumper. We talked about Giannis settling for jumpers. You're going to have to live with that. And so far, the Knicks are thriving on Giannis missing jumper after jumper. Brunson off the handoff from Towns, driving it down, leans in, step back, one-legged fall-away jumper over Green, got it to go, and it's an angry JB night. I tried to tell you about JB being angry tonight. It's an angry JB night. Lionel Monas with the Lionel. Giannis has it up top. Towns picks him up off a screen. At the foul line, kicks it out to Gary Trent Jr., being guarded by Shamet. Now back up top to Cole Anthony, back to Giannis, driving it down, spins to his left, loses the handle. Brunson picks it up, takes it right out of his hands, bringing it down the other way. Hesitation move, goes right into his chest. Euro steps, gets knocked out of his hands. Cole Anthony picks it up, home run pass to Giannis. One man to beat is Towns. Euro steps past him, up off the glass, gets it to go for Giannis. Finally breaks the drought for the Milwaukee Bucks. Brunson, you can't go 2-on-1 there, brother. You turned it over and you gave Giannis an easy layup. He sprayed over to Bridges. Bridges on the left wing, dancing with it as Miles Turner's guarding him. Now Giannis switches onto him. Bridges up top, looking for somebody to get it to. A lot of standing around for the Knicks right now. Kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet driving it down to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Gets fouled by Cole Anthony. Knicks catching a bit of a break there. Had no movement going on, really. And Shamet making something out of nothing. I like the confidence. Got to the midi. And they're showing the replay of Giannis going at Karl Anthony Towns, and that is definitely about 5 or 6 steps right there. Mark said, how is that not an offensive foul on Giannis? I mean, I don't think it was an offensive foul, but I do think it was definitely a travel, and a pretty obvious travel. Shaman knocks down the first free throw. Thank you for knocking down your free throw. Ariel Hugporty and Josh Hart checking into the game here. The Knicks are going to be out there with Bridges, Shamet, Brunson, Hugporty, and Josh Hart. Shaman goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Thank you for knocking down your free throws. You guys know I love when we start to knock down our free throws. Very important to hit the free ones. Cole Anthony hands it off to Gary Trent Jr. Over to Giannis, being guarded by Josh Hart now. I don't like that matchup. Giannis faces up, putting his head down, attacking to his left, all the way to the rim, gets the easy layup. Like I said, I don't like that matchup. Giannis should be able to feast over Josh Hart. Got to put Hugporty on him, put Josh Hart on Turner. Brunson on the right wing, loses the handle. Saves it over to Bridges somehow. Bridges has it up top by the half-court line. He's going to call for a screen from Hugporty. Going to look to create something out of nothing. Driving to his left, all the way to the rim. Scoop play with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Hugporty battles for the offensive rebound. Kicks it up top to Shamet. Straight away, wide open 3. Still can't get a 3-point shot to fall down, even though we're getting open looks. Again, the shooting struggles continue this season. They sprayed out Gary Trent Jr. left wing 3. And he rattles it in because, of course, he does. The Knicks miss an open 3 on one end. The Bucks hit an open 3 on the other end. And that is a 6-point swing right there to knock it back to 3 points. The Knicks should be up by double figures right now if they could just hit the open ones. But, of course, they're going to make it difficult on themselves. Mark said Cash should have sold that. It wouldn't have been a charge because Giannis absorbs the contact and falls away. Wouldn't have been a charge. Towns was not set. He was still moving backwards and sliding with Giannis. He didn't establish defensive positioning. It wouldn't have been a charge either way. Even if he did sell it, would have been a blocking foul. Would have been an and one, which would have been worse. Good timeout from Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks. I don't like that on a night like tonight, you should be matching Anunoby and Giannis. Giannis is too good of a player to give him minutes to go at Josh Hart. That's a bad matchup. I don't like this decision from Mike Brown at all. At all. Bad decision. Chris Baskerville said Westbrook starting 9 points in the first quarter. I mean, he could do all the hooping he wants on a team that has no expectations. That is perfectly fine, you know? Just that to JB still looks rusty. I think JB looks fine. Obviously the Miami performance is so far his best performance of the season, and it came in a loss. So Susan said Mike Brown will definitely change that matchup. I don't know, Susan. I don't know if he will. Sam Cooper said, are you really surprised the Bucks would come back some? The game will be up and down. Knicks will win. The game is going to be up and down. I said that earlier. It's going to be a close game. Almighty said, come on, Brunson, I need 45 points and 12 assists. You're not getting 45 points and 12 assists, Almighty. That's a terrible bet. You're not getting that. I'll tell you that right now. Especially at a part of the season where the Knicks as a team are shooting very poorly from the perimeter. Right now they have the 24th ranked offense. You're not getting 12 assists from Jalen Brunson. Not happening. The Fleece said 45 and 12 is absurd. Yeah, it's not happening. It's a bad bet, brother. Sorry to tell you. You didn't ask me about assists from Jalen Brunson. I did tell you he was going to hoop. I did tell you he was going to get buckets, and that's exactly what he's doing. But he ain't getting no 12 assists, I'll tell you that. Big Rud said the 76ers, again, rocked by the Wizards. We will go through the box scores probably around halftime, maybe at the end of the first quarter. We'll go around real quick, but we won't look at box. We'll go around the league, but we won't look at box scores until the halftime. So here we go. We're back in. Giannis is still in. Kyle Kuzma has subbed in. He's now guarding Brunson. They spray it over to Bridges. Bridges a left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Clarkson is also in for the Knicks now. Here comes Giannis bringing it down. Josh Hart's going to pick him up. Good help from Clarkson, forcing him to give it up. Gets it over to Gary Trent Jr., being guarded by Clarkson. Sprays it over to Kuzma. Kuzma down low. Throws it over the head of Giannis. Hugporty saves it over to Bridges, and now here we go, pushing it the other way. Good turnover, good defense from the Knicks. Bridges bringing it to his right. Picks up his handle, kicks it out to Clarkson. Clarkson catches it on the run. Tries to kick it out to Brunson. A terrible pass. Gary Trent Jr. picks it off. Driving it down. Quickly off the glass. Gets it to go. And the foul on Jalen Brunson in transition there. Gary Trent Jr. going to the line for one more, and he has the opportunity to tie it at 18 here. Very predictable pass from Clarkson. Terrible foul from Brunson. Brunson had his arm on the hip. Gary Trent Jr. did a great job of selling it. But you can't put your hands on somebody who's rising up to shoot, man. Can't do it. Can't do it. Josh Hart bringing it down as Gary Trent Jr. ties it up. Hands it off to Bridges, hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson up top to Hart. Hart over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Kuzma. Jab step. Jab step again. Blows past him. Shoves it out to Bridges. Bridges curling around to his left. Pump fake, leans in, kicks it out to an open Brunson. Beautiful. Wide open three for JB as we continue to misfire on butt-naked, wide-open three-point shots. Can you hit a shot? These are excellent three-point shooters too, by the way. It's not bad shooters. It's Brunson. It's Anunoby. It's Bridges. These guys are damn near 40% three-point shooters. Please hit the open ones. I'm not asking to hit a contested ones. Gary Trent Jr. on the left wing. They get it over to Giannis, being guarded by Hugporty. Driving to his right, trying to bully ball his way into the paint. And they hit Giannis with the travel. Yes, sir. Thank you, Ref. I was about to say, how many steps are we going to give Giannis? Good job by Hugporty, who muscled up against Giannis. And he didn't move. And so Giannis needed to create more leverage against Hugporty. And to do so, he had to readjust his feet. And they hit him with the travel. Finally. Jacques Hollis said, who's the leading scorer for the Knicks? That it will be Jalen Marquise Brunson. AB said, we'll see what this team looks like after 20 games. The three-point shooting will come at some point. But right now, it is putrid. And it's making their offense look terrible. Hugporty has it up top. Hugporty hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson coming to his left off the Hugporty handoff. Dancing with it against Cole Anthony. Leaning in. Stop. Turn. Fall away. Off the back rim. How many back rim shots are we going to hit tonight? Can we just get one easy to go down, y'all? Jeez. Cole Anthony coming to his left off a Turner screen. Cross-court pass out to Kuzma. Kuzma catches. Pump fakes. Blows by Brunson to the rim. And gets fouled by Ariel Hugporty. Going to send Kyle Kuzma to the foul line for 2 free throws. Excellent drive from Kuzma there. Mark said Clark looks horrid. Not a good start for Clarkson. Here comes Anunoby finally back in. You can't afford to have Anunoby off the court when Giannis is off the court. You can't afford to do it. Can't afford to do it. He's coming in for Bridges. I don't like that decision from Mike Brown at all. The first decision Mike Brown's made all season that I think is a poor decision. Kuzma knocks down the first free throw as the Milwaukee Bucks have retaken the lead here. Ryan Rollins subs back in. Oh, he got hit in the lip and he was bleeding from the lip. Mark said he's off balance. Yeah, just a step slow, just, not great. Not great. Kuzma knocks down both of his free throws, and a 10-0 run for the Bucks to match the Knicks' previous 13-0 run. Brunson, mid-range pull-up jumper, and he quickly puts an end to it the same way Giannis did. Just go get me an easy basket, ties it up at 20. Two stars battling it out here tonight. Portis is in for Giannis, so why do we have Anunoby out there? You save Anunoby for the Giannis minutes. See? This is why you play Anunoby and match his minutes with Giannis tonight. You get it over to Rollins, bring it over to Taurean Prince, a 3 over Clarkson. Good closeout. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. Look up, Josh. He had Clarkson running. God damn, Josh. Get your head in the game. That's what you're here for, to push the pace. And then he throws it away. Thankfully, Taurean Prince couldn't keep it in bounds, and he throws. Come on, Josh. We know you got no offense. So push the pace, Josh. What are you standing around for? Josh Hart's going to get me upset tonight. Come on. Okay, he said, Josh, don't start these trash passes now. You better lock in, brother. You better lock in. You don't have number one supporter Tom Thibodeau on the sideline anymore. Your minutes will get cut if you don't play the right way. Lock in, Josh. You get it over to Clarkson, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Step back 3 over Kuzma. Off the back rim. Knicks continue to misfire. Anunoby does grab the rebound out to Clarkson. Bounce pass over to Hart. Hart down the lane, gets caught into the air, kicks it out to Anunoby. Anunoby driving it down to the rim. Lefty layup. Gets the scoop layup to go. That's what I want to see from OG Anunoby. When there's a lane, take the lane, get the finish. Kick it out to Ryan Rollins. Rollins in the corner. Over to, who's that? Kuzma? No. Amir Coffey, excuse me. Foul line pull-up jumper over Jalen Brunson. Amir Coffey gets it to go down. Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby putting his head down, attacking Kuzma. Draws the foul. And one for OG Anunoby. That's what I'm talking about. You're too big, you're too strong, you're too talented to settle for 12 three-point shots in a game and no twos. Take the lane, get the finish. Come on, man. Jose NYC said Sheffy is mad tonight. I'm just locked in. I don't want to lose no 2 games in a row. Listen, you're going to lose games throughout the season. Don't stack losses. We don't stack losses here. We stack wins. Trey Jemison going to the scorer's table. Ryan Rollins hit ahead to Coffey, back to Rollins. Rollins up top, being chased by Brunson. Anunoby switches onto him. He pulls it out. Under a minute to go. Rollins dancing with it against Anunoby, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out to Portis. Portis a 3, over Hug Porty. Good contest, didn't matter. Bobby Portis knocks down the left corner 3 anyway. A 3-point lead for the 1-point lead, excuse me. I forgot to give Anunoby his layup. Brunson driving it down, leans in, draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Robin Schroll, what's up, Robin? Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Don't let Josh raise your blood pressure. They don't call him the cardiac Knicks for nothing. Brunson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first one. Thank you, JB. JB has been automatic from the foul line so far to start the year. I hope I didn't just curse him. Buzzer Beater said his cat playing. Karl Anthony Towns is indeed available to play tonight. Started the game. He's just getting his rest right now. Brunson with 14 first quarter points. Incredible. Brunson knocked down the first one, and he knocks down the second one. Thank you, JB. He's been the Knicks' only source of offense so far tonight. The only guy who can consistently knock down a shot so far. Ryan Rollins has it up top. He's going to hold it for as long as he can. There's about a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so just run your offense. No need to wind down the shot clock. Rollins up top. Quick crossover on Hug Porty down the lane. And he gets the layup to go. Is that Hug Porty or is that Diawara? My bad. That's Mo Diawara in the game. Diawara did get the chase down block, but it was a goaltend off the glass. Beautiful move from Ryan Rollins. Now here comes Brunson bringing it down with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Being guarded by Rollins. Brunson blows by Rollins down the lane. Euro step, kicks it out. Shamit catches, pump fake, sidestep, puts up the 3. Off the back rim. How many shots off the back rim are going to go for the Knicks tonight? Hopefully we can realign starting in the second quarter here. We do get Mo Diawara minutes, though. I think it's also interesting that Mo Diawara has jumped Pacom Dadie in the pecking order here. Very interesting to see that. Very interesting to see that. Student said, must contain rolling Ryans. Yeah, Ryan Rollins has got it going here tonight for sure. For sure. Almighty Alpha said, Brunson for 60? He's not going for 60. Brunson will look to he's going to be around 40, I'd say that. He's going to be around 40. So end of the first quarter real quick. Let's go around the league just to see what's going on with everybody. Do this, and we can do this, and then we can do this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Not the schedule, not the schedule. I wanted the scores. I wanted the scores. I want to see what the scores are. The Wizards are smacking up the 76ers right now. Sarr with 26 and 10. You love to see it. Good thing I held on to my Alex Sarr stock. Embiid with 25. Maxey with 16. And VJ Edgecombe with his first rookie game. 2 for 4 from the floor. Both of them come from three-point range. 7 points for VJ Edgecombe tonight. His first rookie game tonight. Still got 3 minutes in the third quarter. We'll see if Philly can mount some sort of comeback. But Embiid starting to get it going a little bit. Only 4 rebounds. This is the part of Embiid's game that has completely gone away from him. Can no longer rebound the basketball, can no longer protect the rim. He's got no verticality. He's got no lateral movement left in those legs. But he can still shoot the ball. As for the Washington Wizards, they are fun. They are spunky. Kaishan George with 13. Alex Sarr with 26. They did start Chris Middleton tonight. They did start CJ McCollum, so they got the vets out there. Bub Carrington with 10. Off the bench, Corey Kispert with 11. Got a little decent team. They're going to shock some people. They're going to win some games they probably shouldn't win. Their rookie, Trey Johnson, off the bench with 7. Kings Thunder. Kings are up on the Thunder. Westbrook is hooping on them. Mark said Joel can go screw. Amen. Amen. The Heat being up on the Hornets. The Heat, I think, are a lot better than people have come to realize yet. Obviously, the Knicks learned the hard way about how good the Miami Heat are. They're beating up on the Hornets now. Obviously, the Hornets aren't anything to write home about, but still. Hornets are a spunky team. 13 for LaMelo, 15 for LaMelo, with 3 turnovers already at halftime. 3 assists and 4 rebounds for LaMelo. For the Heat, very egalitarian scoring. 20 points off the bench for Jaime Jaquez, Fontecchio with 10, Kel Larson with 12, Bam with 10. They still don't. They didn't even have Norman Powell out there. Obviously, still missing Tyler Hero, and yet they put up 76 points in the first half. Are the Miami Heat back? Are they back? Here we go. Start of the second quarter. The Knicks come out with Kolek, Bridges, Towns, Hart, and Anunoby. A 3 for Amir Coffey over Kolek, and he splashes it. So it's nice to see the Milwaukee Bucks can hit perimeter shots, and the Knicks incapable of hitting anything. They get an open 3 for Anunoby. Well short. Oh, man. The shooting is very upsetting because they're all good shots. Taurean Prince lost it, picks it back up, and knocks down a baseline fall-away jumper over the outstretched hands of Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, if they're hitting those kind of shots, and we're missing open ones, very frustrating night so far. Kolek coming to his right. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges over to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Hart. Inside the Towns. Towns back out to Hart. Hart just standing there now. Trying to get it over to Towns. Attacking the open space and gets stripped by Bobby Portis. Josh Hart has been a bit of a disaster so far tonight. Kuzma bringing it down. Kicks it out to Coffey. They run him off the three-point line. Tries to get it over to Bobby Portis, but knocked out of bounds by Anunoby. Very frustrating to see the Knicks generate wide open look after wide open look after wide open look and just absolutely misfire on every single one of them. Very frustrating to watch. right? You'd have to think at some point they're going to hit them, but they get it into Taurean Prince. They try to get it out of Bobby Portis. Towns with the steal. Good steal from Towns. Kolek bringing it down. Kicks it over to Bridges. Bridges gets a running start. Goes under the rim. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Leans in. Kicks it out to Kolek. Kolek driving it down. Kicks it back out to Bridges for a three. Mikal Bridges finally hits a three, y'all. The Knicks finally hit a three, courtesy of Mikal Bridges, his second of the night, the only guy to hit a three tonight. The Knicks hit 2 threes, both of them from Mikal Bridges, as Bobby Portis comes right back with an answer of his own on the right wing, knocks down a three. Kolek bringing it down. Kolek has it up top, sprays it over to Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing, hands it off to Bridges. Gonna need a big night from Mikal Bridges. Get it over to Towns. Towns, high post, being guarded by Kuzma. He should be able to cook this. Driving right past him, draws the foul on Kuzma. Should be able to cook that matchup. There's nobody in the court right now who can guard Karl Anthony Towns. Go right at him, Towns. Go right at him. So side out of bounds for the Knicks. The foul was on the floor. Rob Jaworski, what's up, Rob? Gerald Lester, what's up, Gerald? A trade away? For which team? Which team? You could say that about either of these teams. Anunoby has it up top. Directing some traffic here. Tries to kick it out to Kolek as Ryan Rollins jumped the passing lane. What are we doing? And Ryan Rollins gets the Eurostep layup to go over Kolek and one as Ryan Rollins continues to cook here tonight. Why is my score off? They say they have 36, so I'm going to leave it at, you know what, they got 36. Must have gave him a 3 when it was a 2. The Flea said, this is when Cat got to put his head down and get a bucket, for sure. For sure. That said, Wizards 106 in the third quarter. Timeout for the Knicks. Down by 7 here. The only thing that's frustrating tonight is that the poor shooting continues. Like, as a team, it's difficult to wrap your head around about how, as a team, they continue to misfire now. Right? Like, the poor three-point shooting is becoming infectious. Usually, three-point shooting is infectious when one guy gets red hot and then all of a sudden everybody starts making shots. So they come out to start the year and a lot of guys start off in a slump, start off not being able to knock down shots. And I've given you a million reasons as to why that's the case, right? But now the missed three-point shooting is affecting everybody. It's affecting Bridges, it's affecting Brunson, who both of those guys started off the year shooting it well, right? You're really missing Deuce McBride, who three-point makes are infectious. And right now, Anunoby's getting open looks and he can't hit them. Bridges is getting open looks, and he's not consistently hit them. He's the only guy to hit a 3 tonight, so I'm not going to get on him. Brunson misfiring on some open ones. Towns hasn't taken a three-point shot yet, or maybe he has and he missed it. Who else is getting open looks? Shaman's gotten 2 open looks and missed them both. You need somebody to break them out of the slump right now. It's not looking good. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Student said missing Deuce and Mitchell Robinson is rough. It's rough, missing 2 very important players, but, you know, every team is dealing, you know, in a situation where they're missing guys. It's just, you know, if the Knicks weren't entirely just forgot as a team how to shoot a basketball, they would probably have a lead by now. They've gotten a ton of open looks. Haven't hit any of them. Gerald Lester said no ISO Bridges. I don't know if you're advocating for ISO Bridges or you don't want to see ISO Bridges, Gerald, but the way the game has gone tonight, the defenders that are out on the perimeter, ISO Bridges is not a bad move. Not a bad offense, depending on obviously who's guarding them. Isaiah Garner said also the poor ball movement a little bit too. I don't think it's been poor ball movement. I think when they have good ball movement now, and so when you see them get slightly stagnant, it looks like poor ball movement. But I think overall it's been perfectly fine. I think the ball movement's fine. There's been a couple of possessions where they've gone to the ISO game, But I think overall the ball movement has been fine. Again, it's always going to look worse when you're not making anything, right? Also, missed shots are allowing the Milwaukee Bucks to get on transition. If you just knock down the open ones, then the Bucks can't run on you. The Bucks are gaining the ability to get out and run. The Knicks can't make anything. And so they're grabbing a rebound and they're outletting it and they're running. Ryan Rollins knocks down his free throw, knocking it up to an 8-point game, 37-28. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Kuzma. Again, nobody can guard Towns, especially not Kyle Kuzma. Hand it off to Bridges. Bridges over to Anunoby, shoves it out to Kolek. Kolek driving it down behind the back, tries to get it back out to Bridges, but knocked out of bounds by Amir Coffey. Can we get it to Karl-Anthony Towns in the post? Nice ball movement there. But I don't need ball movement right now when they have Kyle Kuzma guarding Karl-Anthony Towns. Give it to him in the post and get the hell out of the way. DJ Punchy, what's up, DJ? Sloppy play so far for sure. Madrasi Travel Trainer, what's up, Madrasi? He maybe needs to gel more with new players and those playing more time. Not sure. It definitely need to gel more. That's definitely the number one excuse is Tyler Kolek off the inbounds. Knocks down a three. Good shot from Tyler Kolek. Finally, somebody other than Mikal Bridges knocked down a three. Also gave 1 point to the wrong side. My bad. It's 32-37. Rollins, has it up top. Sprays it over to Portis. Portis hands it off to Prince. Prince being chased by Anunoby. Takes it out to Portis. Over to Kuzma. Kuzma coming to his left. Towns switches onto him. Driving it down. Pump fake. Spins again. All the way over Towns. Excellent defense. Can't get it to go. Quick outlet to Kolek. Kolek bringing it down. Kuzma will pick him up. Kolek hands it off to Bridges. Bridges has a lane. Drives it down. Kicks it out to a wide open OG Anunoby. Can we get two in a row? We got two in a row, y'all. It's a miracle. We got 2 threes in a row, and we're right back into it. Everything looks much better when you actually make the shots. Ryan Rollins driving it down. Towns coming over. Ends up fouling Ryan Rollins going to the basket. And the Knicks really struggling to guard Ryan Rollins for whatever reason. Ryan Rollins, excellent play so far here tonight. The Flea said, Cat not even looking at the rim. Yeah. Not loving that. Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi said, the Knicks can easily be 9th place by the end of the night. This is game 4 of the regular season, Chi-Chi. Ain't nobody looking at this. If you were looking at the standings, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's game 4. The 76ers are 3-0. Like, they're on their way to lose tonight, but what do you want me to tell you, Chi-Chi? 76ers are 3-0. That's all you got to know. Ryan Rollins knocks down the first one. Fleas, that's a great point of Karl-Anthony Towns not even looking at the rim right now. He's got Kyle Kuzma guarding him, and we're not playing through Karl-Anthony Towns. We need to be playing through Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, we've generated wide open looks. That's great. But we should also be playing through Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't like that we're not getting him involved. Tyler Kolek up top coming to his right, hands it off to Shamit. Shamit gets it over to Bridges. Bridges inside the Towns. Towns out by the three-point line, being guarded by Kuzma. Rollins did knock down both free throws, by the way. Towns inside pass to Shamit. They swing it around. Another open three for OG Anunoby. Airballs that one. How does that happen? Just that said, Cat hasn't taken a shot. Nope, he hasn't taken a shot. He's driven to the basket a couple of times, but kicked it out both times. Don't love that. Ryan Rollins driving it down, up top to Portis. Portis to 3 over Shamit. Good contest. Can't get it to go. Bridges with the rebound. Bridges, how many rebounds is that for Mikal Bridges? That's 6 rebounds already for Mikal Bridges. Bridges coming to his right, under the basket, kicks it out to Anunoby. Anunoby comes to the rim, shovels it over to Shamit. Shamit in the right corner 3, and he gets it to go, and the great ball movement continues. Karl-Anthony Towns did not touch the ball in that possession, but they're getting wide open looks from 3, so I can't hate on it too much. Kuzma on the right wing, fakes the handoff, gets it out to Rollins. Rollins coming to his left, pocket pass to Portis, down low, and he gets the easy layup over Karl-Anthony Towns. Bad defensive possession there from Towns. Did not guard the pick and roll well at all. Portis gets the easy layup. Bridges has it up top. Gets it over to Kolek. Kolek coming to his right, driving it down against Coffey. Now kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges extra pass to Shamit. Shamit in the corner, sidestep. Right wing 3 for Shamit. That's 2 in a row for Landry Shamit. And guess what, y'all? The 3-point shots are going down. The 3-point shots we didn't make in the first quarter are finally going down here in the second quarter. And suddenly the offense looks pretty good. Shamit up to 10 points. A mid-range jumper for Ryan Rollins. Good contest from Towns. And Towns takes the rebound away from Shamit, making sure he pads those rebounding stats. I'm with you, Towns. I'm with you. Grab those rebounds, big dog. Kolek, a cross-court pass to Bridges. He pump fakes. Driving past Prince in the paint. Little fall-away jumper. Gets it to go. Mikal Bridges creating a shot out of the corner. Love to see it. That's what you want to see. Great cross-court pass from Kolek, by the way. Ryan Rollins up top, coming to his right off the screen. Bounce pass to Bobby Portis. Well contested from Anunoby on the help side. Bridges snags yet another rebound. Mikal Bridges is going to be on triple-double watch, y'all. We're going to go through the box scores. They get it over to Towns, rolling down the rim. He gets past the defense, and he finally gets his first shot of the game. I'm hyped for Karl-Anthony Towns, and they call a timeout. The Milwaukee Bucks, as the rolling Knicks roll right past the Milwaukee Bucks and take a 4-point lead here finally. The offense is clicking, and guess who's at the head of the snake? Tyler, the creator, Kolek, is diming everybody up right now. This time hit Karl-Anthony Towns rolling to the rim, and Towns walks back to the bench. Look at his hands like, finally. I touched the ball, and it went in. Kiana Bryan, what's up, Kiana? J83, what's up, Jay? Chi-Chi said, Cat doesn't seem happy. I already went through this, Chi-Chi. I already went through this. even if we can assume that he doesn't look happy, therefore he isn't happy, right? So let's assume, right? We're making assumptions here that he doesn't look happy. So we're going to make an assumption that he isn't happy. Let's assume he's not happy. What are the reasons why he could not be happy? And I know what you're insinuating. You're insinuating he's not happy because of his role on the offense. But what if he's not happy because he's in pain with a quad injury? What if he's not happy because he knows the situation with Deuce McBride and he knows that maybe it's not a great situation and he's struggling a little bit because he has his own personal issues with his family, and the things he's gone through. Maybe he's an empath in that way. We don't know. We don't know, even if he isn't happy, right? But you can't make the assumption that he doesn't look happy. You know what makes people happy? Winning. You know what the Knicks are currently doing right now? Winning a basketball game. Isaiah Garner said they're finally hitting threes, but I like how Mikal's running the offense, being aggressive, getting them open shots. Yeah, and I wouldn't even say Mikal's running the offense, though, Isaiah Garner. I'd give that credit more so to Tyler Kolek, who's coming to the game. And like I said, Tyler the creator, Kolek. Shout out to CP the franchise and Knicks Fan TV for giving him that nickname. It fits perfectly. Tyler the creator, obviously, the music artist, and then Tyler the creator, Kolek, for the basketball player. I mean, it's just perfect because we know he's an assist man. We know he's a natural point guard, a traditional point guard, a pass-first guy. He's already racked up 2 points. He's knocked down a 3, so that's fantastic. Shaman's up to 10 points. Bridges with 8, 7, and 4. Like I said, he's on triple-double watch. Let's watch for Mikal Bridges triple-double. Kolek 2. You're right, though, Isaac Garnett. It is both of them. You're right about that. It is the both of them. I'm sure changing Mikal Bridges a little bit, but it is the both of them. Susan said Mikal Bridges was tired of me calling him invisible, so he came to claim. Yes, he did, Susan. Yes, he did. He did hear you. He heard you talking down in his name, Susan, and he came correct this season. Jay said, how long do you think it'll take Clarkson to adjust? He better adjust by January, or else he'll start hearing his name in trade rumors come February. I'll tell you that. Hattie said, Kolek is a star. I'll give everybody until December. I'll give everybody until the end of November. I'll give everybody one more month to get acclimated to this team before we start seriously criticizing their play. YO, what's up, YO? I think your Knicks can get Zion for the low. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's getting Zion for the low. Not skinny Zion. Zion, healthy, ready to go. I don't think anybody's going to be able to steal him away from New Orleans. Not for the low. Not for the low. I think he can be had for the right price, but I don't think anybody really wants to pay that price right now. Okay, he said Yabu was injured. Yabusele is injured. Susan said Jordan Clarkson is on the invisible radar. Yeah, he's suspect for now, right, Susan? He's suspect for now. We'll give him some time to acclimate to the team, but he better pick up his play. Here we go. We're back into it. 6:30 to go. I'm approaching the second half here. Giannis is back in. A fall-away mid-range jumper over Towns. Excellent defense. Anunoby picks it up over to Kolek. Kolek bringing it down. Knicks up by 4. Over to Anunoby. Stampede cut. Down the rim. Spins to the basket. Gets fouled by Bobby Portis. Going to go to the foul line. 2 free throws. I love OG Anunoby. Put your head down. Get to the rim. Draw a foul. Get to the foul line. Get some easy ones. Don't settle for 3-point shots the way he did against Miami. Knicks overall looking much better in their process tonight than they did against Miami. Mixing up mid-range shots, attacking the basket, and getting 3-point shots. Mixing all of it up. Love to see it. Just as Dad said, Cat plus 13, you might be onto something with the plus minus. Well, Cat is playing pretty well. He's just not looking for his own offensive shot. Part of it could possibly be that they're kind of using him a little bit as a decoy. There's so much attention being paid to Karl Anthony Towns that they're able to swing the ball around and generate open looks for everybody else. Like, with Karl Anthony Towns not really looking for a shot so far tonight, the Knicks have generated wide open three after wide open three. The offense looks fantastic, right? OG Anunoby knocks down both of his free throws. A 6-point lead has opened up for the Knicks. Turner and Giannis are back in, along with Gary Trent Jr., Ryan Rollins, and AJ Green, their starting lineup. The Knicks have Shamet, Bridges, Anunoby, Towns, and Kolek. Drop step for Giannis, reverse layup over OG. Beautiful move from Giannis Antetokounmpo to get right past OG Anunoby there. OG has it on the right wing. Up top to Towns is the trailer. Towns being guarded by Turner. Towns gets it out to Kolek. Kolek being guarded by Rollins. Driving to his left, over to Bridges. Bridges pump fakes as AJ Green runs right into him. 2 fouls on Green. Under 6 minutes to go. We're past the halfway point. Brunson's going to come back in for Tyler Kolek here. Fantastic minutes for Kolek. DCL loves how I just like the video. Appreciate you, DCL. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. K. Hazy said OG is tired. Stay out of the clubs, OG. Well, he's got an incredible task tonight. An incredible task tonight. Josh Hart and Huck Porty both subbing in here. So we have Bridges, Shamet, Brunson, Huck Porty, and Hart. I don't like not matching up OG Anunoby with Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll see if it works out. See if it works out. I don't like that idea. I'm Mike Brown. Bridges knocks down both free throws. Thank you for knocking down your free throws, Mikal. Thank you. Giannis bringing it down now, being guarded by Josh Hart. It's a terrible matchup. You get it over to Green. Green hands it off to Trent. Back to Giannis. Giannis coming to his right. Putting his head down. Kicks it in the corner to Turner. Good contest from Huck Porty. Ball knocked loose and out of bounds off of Green. And they're going to, nope, they didn't see who was knocked out of, so they're going to call a jump ball. Okay. They're going to call a jump ball. Refs didn't see who it was out on. Looked like it was going to be out off of Green. But the refs didn't see it, so they're going to call the jump ball there. I think refs should do that more often. Actually, it's off of Bridges. It's off of Bridges, so the Knicks catch a break there. So it's a jump ball. I think we should see jump balls more often. I think we should see the referees, if they're not 100% sure who is off of, call jump balls more often. K. Hazy said, so glad Kolek didn't get traded. I'm with you, K. Hazy. I'm with you. Bridges wins the jump ball. Brunson secures it. We're bringing it down now. You're going to put Ryan Rollins on Brunson now. Ryan Rollins having an excellent game. Bridges up top, hands it off to Brunson. Green switches onto him. Brunson going one-on-one against Green. You know he can't guard him. Stop, turn, spin. They bring a double team, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to a wide open Josh Hart. Your first three of the night. There you go, Josh Hart. Your first three of the season. Yes, sir. The three-point shooting is now contagious. Way to knock down the three, Josh. Get me hyped, brother. Get me hyped. Knicks back up by 9 here. Giannis up top, crosses over, kicks it out to Gary Trent Jr. Can't get it to go. And they call a foul, and AJ Green setting the illegal screen. Good job from Josh Hart getting over the screen, as Clyde Frazier would say, with gusto. Drawing the offensive foul on the moving screen from AJ Green. I didn't mean to rhyme there. Hold on. Did the spirit of Clyde Frazier just come into me real quick? So Brunson has it up top. Gets it over to Hart. Hart coming to his left off the Huck Porty screen. Shoves it over to Brunson. Brunson catches, pump fake, jab step. Now puts up the three as he set his feet. Can't get it to go, but they call a foul on Ryan Rollins on the landing violation. Didn't give Brunson space to land. Brunson's going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws, I assume, here? Yeah, 3 free throws. Got them toes behind the line. So Brunson's at the foul line for 3 free throws. Please knock down your free throws, JB. Give us the double-digit lead. As he misses a free throw. I jinxed him. My bad. My bad, JB. That one's on me. I'm gonna take responsibility for that missed free throw. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had him miss that. That's on me. Gigi said Giannis, Zion, LeBron by the trade deadline. Come on. Go ahead, boot up 2K, Chichi. You can do it right now. Go ahead, boot up 2K. Mark said Joshua, Aaron, Hart, talk to him. When Josh Hart hits a 3, it's a celebratory night. JB missed the first free throw. Mark said jinxed it. I did jinx it. He made the second free throw. And JB misses the third. Come on, we go 1 for 3 from the foul line, JB. Come on, big dog. I took responsibility of the first one, so that last missed free throw is on you. They spring it around. Shamet gets lost. Taurean Prince ends up with a wide open 3. That's on me. I jinxed them. I got too hyped. My bad, y'all. My bad. Here we go. Lock in now. Lock in. Josh Hart has it up top, being guarded by Giannis to get it over to Brunson. Brunson up top, coming to his right. A lot of standing around from Josh Hart. You got to move, Josh. You can't stay up top. Gets it over to Clarkson. There we go. Clarkson up top, coming to his right. Now coming to his left off a Hug 40 screen, driving it down, has some space. Scoop lay with the right hand, gets it to go. There you go, Jordan Clarkson. Way to get around the shot blocker there with the scoop layup. That's what I want to see from Clarkson. Spray it out to Prince. Prince on the left wing. Inside pass. Josh Hart knocks it loose. I love the way Josh Hart is competing tonight. Clarkson has it up top. Cross-court pass to Brunson. Brunson catches, pump fake, blows by. Turner and a little midi pull-up jumper along the baseline. Got it to go, nothing but net. And the Knicks take a double-digit lead here. 11-point lead, 57-46. I love to see it. We're under 4 to go here in the second quarter. Ryan Rollins down the lane, throws a lob up top to Giannis. Bad pass, can't get it to go. But Giannis able to tip the loose ball. He gets in front of Shamet. They bring the double team. They kick it out to Turner. They swing it around to Cole Anthony. He blows by Clarkson at the foul line, shoves it inside to Giannis for an easy two-handed slam. Beautiful play from the Bucks there. All created by Giannis, securing an offensive rebound for his team. Knicks got to grab that rebound there. But hit ahead to Clarkson, and he answers right back with a 3. There you go, Jordan Clarkson. And like I said, when you start knocking down the threes, the offense starts to look pretty. Knicks with a 12-point lead here. If we knock down our first quarter shots, we may be up by like 18-20 right now. Taurean Prince, and I don't know if they called it out of bounds or a moving screen on Gary Trent Jr., but either way, the ball is going to go back to the Knicks here. It's a turnover. So Brunson bringing it down against Taurean Prince. They're trying everybody to guard Brunson tonight. None of them has worked. None of them have worked. Josh Hart directing traffic, gets it out to Brunson. Brunson, hesitation move on Prince. Step back, pump fake, takes it out to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Gary Trent Jr. Coming to his left off a town screen, who's subbed in for Hug 40. Clarkson has it. Shot clock winding down. Double clutch. Gets it up off the rim. Gets his own offensive rebound. And a putback. Jordan Clarkson, yes, sir. Shot clock winding down. Got it up on the rim. Got his own offensive rebound and putback. I love it, Clarkson. Way to be gritty down there. Here comes Cole Anthony off the screen, snaking it back to his left hand. Full head of steam. Giannis to the rim. Gets the easy lefty layup to go. Sometimes you just got to give him the basket. Don't give him the foul. Right? Unless you go wrap him up. Brunson has it up top. In and out dribble. Blows past Taurean Prince down the lane. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it, but he got the layup to go anyway. And Josh Hart with the steal to the rim. Gets it knocked out of his hands, and it's going to go back to the Bucks. Come on, big Josh. Can't get stripped like that, though, brother. Josh Hart in the ear of the referee. In the ear of the referee. I forgot to restart the timer and all of my excitement. We got 2 minutes to go here. Cole Anthony hands it off to Gary Trent Jr. I'm having fun, y'all. The shots start to fall and we start to have fun. Miles Turner up top, hands it off to Cole Anthony, coming to his right off the handoff. Euro step down the lane, right past Josh Hart, and he scoops it up and in. Got to play better defense than that, Josh Hart. Beautiful move from Cole Anthony. Brunson bringing it down the other way. It's a 12-point game. Beautiful bullet pass inside to Anunoby. Bounce pass down to Karl Anthony Towns. Can't get the layup to go, but he did get fouled by, I believe, Giannis. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here with just under 2 minutes to go. Buzzer Beater said, I want Brunson to go for 50. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. What is he sitting? He's sitting with 20 points right now? Okay. I didn't realize it was that high already. He's sitting with 20, with 148 to go. Just as Dad said, Landry not only make the team, be in the starting lineup, Shamet. Very true. Very true. We were talking, people wanted Garrison Matthews over Landry Shamet. Give me Landry Shamet every day of the week. So Towns is at the foul line. He knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Bridges subs back in. So the Knicks with the starting lineup, but Josh Hart is in for Shamet. The Bucks with their starting lineup, but Prince is in for AJ Green. And Cole Anthony is in for Rollins. Towns knocks down both free throws. 1:30 to go. Cole Anthony up top to Turner. Turner is wide open from three, doesn't even look at the rim. Now he does, and he fires away over Towns, and he rattles it in. Not a good defense. Got to get out there, Towns. Come on. Brunson fakes the handoff, dancing with it against Prince. Off his own foot. Gets it out to Anunoby. Anunoby. A lot of standing around. They get it back to Brunson. Brunson's going to run the pick and roll with Towns. Gets it over to Anunoby on a stampede cut. Gets down the lane. Kicks out the heart. Extra pass to Brunson. An open three. Excellent ball movement. And Jalen Brunson splashes the three. Y'all, that's what I'm talking about. The ball movement. The open shots. I told you they would eventually fall. I never lost faith. I lost faith a little bit, but I never lost faith. Cole Anthony down the lane. Leaves it off for Giannis. An easy dunk down the lane. Beautiful ball movement and player movement from the Bucks there. Bridges bringing it down the other way. He has it on the right wing. Bridges coming to his left off a Towns screen. Driving it down. Puts up the little floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Towns had the rebound, but knocked out of his hands by Anthony. Now here comes Giannis bringing it down the other way. 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Giannis has it in the post. Backing down OG. Putting his head down. Attacking. Stop. Turn. Drop step. Layup. Easy basket for Giannis. He needs help down there. Y'all got to bring help down there to OG when Giannis got it down low. Can't let him go one-on-one there in the post. Bridges, there's only so much Anunoby could do. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Cole Anthony. Directing traffic. There's about a 12-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so we just got to get a good look here. Run your offense. Bridges, fall-away jumper over Cole Anthony. Comes up short, but gets a nice friendly bounce off the front of the rim. I'll take it. 71 points in the first half for the Knicks. They got to get one more defensive stop against the Giannis-led Bucks. Giannis up top. Towns switches onto him. Going to put his head down and drive. Crosses over. Kicks it out to a wide open Cole Anthony. Excellent pass. Way off. Hit the side of the backboard. Bridges chucks it three-quarters court. And it comes up well short. And that's going to end the first half. And it took a little bit. Took a little bit of time. But we finally got the Knicks offense moving and grooving. And boy, oh boy, was it fun to watch. Was it not? Was it not fun to watch? Jorge said, unlike other sports, in hoops, good offense beats good defense. Can't stop Giannis or Wemby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Offensive firepower always beat good defense. Always. Almost always. Majority of the time. Jorge said, I like this stylish attire. Not so much Deion Sanders tonight. What'd Deion do? What happened with Deion? MBM, very nice half of work. Absolutely. We got 24 minutes left. Mark said, good defense leads to good offense. Very good point. Very good point. And good offense allows you to set up your good defense. It's all connected. It's all connected, right? The Knicks' defense in the second half was much better. Why was it much better? Hey, shout out Carmelo Anthony. Still not wearing the suit. Still not wearing the suit out there at the halftime show for NBC. He said, that ain't my style, y'all. Y'all not going to catch me in no suit. I appreciate it. There's a part of me that's like, put on the suit, brother. Be professional. But there's also a part of me that's like, that's his style. All right. The Fleas said, as long as we keep Giannis off the boards, it's looking decent. That's a good point, Fleas. That's a good point. If we can keep Giannis off the boards, let's go through the box scores of the game tonight. Before we go around the league, go through our own box score. Look at it. Analyze it. Almighty Alpha said he has 23 points. Now do you think 60? Absolutely not, my brother. Absolutely not. They will key in on Jalen Brunson in the second half. Probably try and throw a couple double teams at him. He's way too dominant so far. So normally I'd like to start with our Knicks, but I think I want to start with the Bucks tonight. Just because the defense tonight on Giannis is super important. He's up to 14 points, 7 for 11 from the field. He started off settling for a couple of jump shots and then was like, you know what? I just got to go to my bread and butters. I'm going to have to go down low and get me some buckets. And he did, 7 for 11 from the floor. I think what this is telling you, 7 for 11, only led to 14 points, is the Knicks are, one, keeping him off the line, which is very difficult to do. And number two, he's not hitting any jump shots. 7 for 11, all of them coming in the paint. You know, and that's Giannis's game. It's going to happen. He's opened up the season phenomenally. He's been fantastic. So there's only so much you could do. But to the Fleas' point, only 2 rebounds for Giannis. Only 2 rebounds. Now, he did have one where he didn't get credited for the offensive rebound, but he did knock the ball over to a teammate, which kept the possession alive, and they got an open 3 out of it. But overall, only 2 rebounds and 1 assist for Giannis. right? 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, which is a far cry from what he has been averaging, which is like 34, 14, and 7 or something. So the Knicks overall have been doing an excellent job of Giannis and just keeping him as a scorer, right? You're not going to be able to take away his scoring unless he just has an off night overall. But you can work to take away the other aspects of his game, right? Keep him under wraps defensively. Don't allow him to dominate the game defensively, number one. And number two, keep him off the glass as best as you can, and also limit his playmaking ability, because Giannis likely isn't going to be able to beat you by himself unless he's having a superstar level performance, which so far tonight he's not really doing that. He's having a very good star performance, but he hasn't, he's not dominating the game the way maybe Jalen Brunson is dominating the game so far tonight. But also he is having somebody chip in a lot. I mean, everybody on the bench so far has scored for them, so they're having a good night off the bench. But Ryan Rollins has been a star for the Bucks tonight. 13 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal, or 3 assists and a steal. Hasn't picked up a rebound. So 3 assists for him as well. He's 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point range. He actually knocked down the first 2 shots of the game for the Bucks, both of them being these 3-point shots right here. He's been phenomenal, almost a perfect game so far. He only missed the 1 shot. He's 3 for 3 from the foul line, so he's been fantastic all around. 13 points. Right up there with Giannis with 14. Miles Turner hit a 3. Didn't do much else. He does have 5 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr., 6 points. He hit a 3. A.J. Green's only played 10 minutes, hasn't taken a shot. The Knicks have done a great job of keeping him down. We talked about having to run these guys off the line, and I think they've done a really good job to limit the open shots that they've had. Between Gary Trent Jr. and A.J. Green, 2 guys who are volume 3-point shooters, they've only taken 2. So the game plan overall is indeed working. It is indeed working. Gigi said, I know some of you guys don't watch baseball, but Ohtani is the greatest athlete in the entire world. I mean, definitely in this sport, man. I mean, he may be the greatest. He going to end up retiring as the greatest baseball player ever, no? No? Right? I mean, we'll see what he does as a pitcher tonight in the World Series, but already as a hitter, like if we just forget about him being also a pitcher, as a hitter, incredible. But we're not here to talk about baseball tonight. We're here to talk about hoops. And A.J. Green taking 0 shots is a win for the Knicks, obviously. Now, off the bench, they're getting fantastic contributions all around. Everybody has scored. Kuzma with 2. Bobby Portis with 7. He hit a 3. Taurean Prince with 5. He hit a 3. Amir Caulfield with 5. He hit a 3. Cole Anthony with 4. He's missed both of his 3s. But overall, they're getting fantastic contributions out of the bench. If the Knicks can shut off the water off the bench and keep the starters under wraps the way they have so far, they should be able to run away with it in the second half. They already have a 12-point lead. But they would have a larger lead if they actually hit their open shots in the first quarter. They've generated wide open look after wide open look. And finally, the shots in the second quarter finally started to fall. They're actually shooting 9 for 20 from three-point range, 45%. Should be significantly higher, knocking down the open ones. Fantastic play so far from the Knicks. Like I said, I never lost hope that the shots would eventually fall, because now they have. Josh Hart even hit a 3. Kolek is 1 for 1 from 3. Clarkson hit a 3. Fantastic. Mo Diawara played 1 minute, and then he got subbed out. It's regular season basketball. Got to bring a guy like Mo Diawara across slowly. I would have thought maybe we would have seen some toast on it, Mwoma here tonight, but he went with Mo Diawara. I understand it. Maybe even a Pregame Dadier. Like I said, I find it very interesting that Mo Diawara is ahead of Pregame Dadier in the depth chart. Right? He went to Mo Diawara before he went to Dadier. It was very interesting to me. I'm not mad at it, but it's just very interesting. Just think it might be something we want to keep an eye on as the season goes on. Jalen Brunson, let's go through the Knicks now. Jalen Brunson, 9 for 14 from the field. My man is not missing. He's 1 for 4 from 3. Finally knocked one down in that second quarter there. 4 for 6 from the foul line. Got knocked down your free throws, brother. 4 for 6, not good enough. He missed 2 on 1 trip to the foul line. He's up to 23 points. Should be at least 25, 26 points with the open shots that he's missed so far tonight. 10 points for Shamet, which is really nice contribution, filling in the starting lineup with all the injuries and the missing players that the Knicks have. 3 for 5 from the field. He knocked down 2 threes. Finally, he missed his first 2, knocked down his last 2. That's exactly what you want to see. Yak said, whole team looking good. Absolutely. They started off slow, but they finally got it going, especially from the perimeter. Mikal Bridges is 4 for 9. He's looking fantastic tonight. 2 for 4 from three-point range. 2 for 2 from the foul line. All of the starters have gone to the foul line, which is very nice to see. Very nice to see. That means everybody's being aggressive, going to the rim, going to the basket. Mikal Bridges is up to 12 points. He's our second leading scorer. OG Anunoby's up to 9 points. 1 for 5 from three-point range. He finally did knock down his last one. He started the game 0 for 4 on all 4 of them. Absolutely butt-naked, wide-open threes. Please knock down your three-point shots with regularity, OG Anunoby. Please. Please, my brother. He is 3 for 8 from the floor. He does have 9 points. He does have a hard job of guarding OG Anunoby tonight, so I'm not going to blame him too much for poor shooting tonight. Tonight he gets a bit of a pass offensively, but I need you to lock in defensively, which he has been. Giannis is just that dang good. Ricardo, what's up, Ricardo? Watch out for the third quarter stall. Hope it doesn't happen, though. Yeah, absolutely. Third quarter of doom is always on the clock. Ken Hart said Pregame is losing luster. Has not shown enough in development, I guess. Yeah, look, man. He got passed up by Mo Diawara, a rookie, in the rotation because Mike Brown, based off of what Mike Brown's seen, he gave both of those guys an opportunity to show what they can do in the preseason, and Mo Diawara impressed him more than Pregame did in the preseason, which is why I would assume that he got the 1 minute and not Dadier. Hattie said, we'll see. There's a fourth quarter crushing. Some on the bench guys will get some minutes. We'll see. We will see. But it's very, very interesting that Karl-Anthony Towns is only taking the one shot tonight. He's got 4 points. Did get to the foul line, knocked down both of his free throws. Very interesting to me that Karl-Anthony Towns is not taking a whole lot of shots. He does have 4 rebounds, and not even necessarily utilizing him out of the high post as a hub, the way they would with Domantas Sabonis back in the day with the Kings, at least Mike Brown would. But he does have a steal and a block, which is nice to see. He is a plus 15. Shame it's a plus 19. I don't like the plus minus stat. But I don't even think Karl-Anthony Towns is playing poorly. I'd like to see him shoot a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive, and for the Knicks to try to utilize him in the offense a little bit more than they are. But I think also a part of it is, we are generating wide open looks, with the way that we're playing. And so if he doesn't have to overexert himself in Game 4 of the regular season because Anunoby's getting open threes and Bridges is getting open threes and Shamit's getting open threes and Brunson's going to cook the way he cooks, focus on the other things. Focus on the intangibles. Set good, solid screens. Snag some rebounds. Play good defense. And when we need you offensively, we know you'll be there. We know you stay ready. So I'm not really too worried about this performance for Karl-Anthony Towns. I know for some, they may be waving a red flag here. It's not a good look. And I know people have already been saying Karl-Anthony Towns is frustrated with his role. I don't think that's the case. I can't make that assumption. We could hypothesize that all we want, but there's no evidence to it other than trying to read his body language and trying to read his facial expressions. But I could probably show you a bunch of body language and facial expressions of Karl-Anthony Towns last season, and I didn't hear a single person say he doesn't want to play for Tom Thibodeau and he's unhappy that he has to play for the Knicks now, right? Keno Harris said, I don't know what's going on with Pregame, but I assume Brown does. I don't think anything's really going on with him other than he just hasn't really impressed his coaching staff. Yak said, really, you find a problem with Pregame after watching the first half? I just think that this coaching staff, over the course of preseason, over the course of training camp, and over the course of the practices that they've had, they have opinions about. They have opinions about the players on this team, the end of the bench guys, and the Mike Brown and the coaching staff have watched Mo Diawara probably outwork Pregame Dadier. Mark said, I got to ask Sheffy why the red chef's hat, no orange and blue. Because it's my own brand. I didn't want to go with the orange and blue because that's the Knicks brand. Right? It's a Knicks brand. You could see that I don't, other than my logo being obviously very a play on the Knicks logo, nothing about the Sheffy branding screams that it's a Knicks offshoot channel. I never saw this channel as that. This was more so as a NBA channel. I'm a Knicks fan, so I started off doing what I know, which is Knicks stuff. I'm more in tune with the Knicks, and obviously, slowly, as we've done more and more of this, I've transitioned into doing more and more other basketball things. Most of my videos are about other basketball teams just because it's easier to talk about them in a recorded session rather than being live about it. Having to have opinions on the spot, I can look things up and look up stats and whatnot when I do other videos. But the red and blue are probably my two favorite colors, primary colors. They stand out. I think they go well together. I think it's a good combination of those two colors, and that's why I went with the red and blue rather than the orange and blue. I mean, I kept the blue because of the Knicks, and I also like blue. It's a nice color. But, I said I like to get up, like I said. Just trying to do my best Clyde, man. Just trying to keep the tradition alive of having fun with the outfits. Okay, he said Diawara hangs his hat on defense. With him still having raw offensive skills, that's more valuable than Dottie at this time, who needs to work his all-around game. Yeah, that's a good point of putting it to K. Hazy. Dottie is still raw defensively, but he does play harder and is a more intuitive defensive player than Dottie is right now defensively. Dottie is probably a little bit further ahead offensively, obviously more of a shooter. But like I said, this coaching staff, they practice more than Tom Thibodeau's coaching staff did. So through the practices that they've had through training camp so far, like from what he has evaluated, he has moved Diawara ahead of Dottie in the depth chart as of right now. Like, it could change as the season goes on. Dottie could see, well, he put Mo Diawara in. Hold on, I got to get into the gym. I can't have Mo Diawara passing me up. This is a very quick league. Talent is coming in constantly, and so guys like Dottie aren't being given a long leash to figure it out. Like look at a guy like Gershon Yabusele, drafted in the first round to the Boston Celtics. When they were a winning team, he was given some opportunity to show what he can do, and didn't show a whole lot. Didn't get a second contract with the Celtics. Ended up out of the league. Nobody else picked him up, and he had to show what he could do outside of the NBA and during the Olympics in order to get a call back to the NBA. This is a very quick league. Right? They just drafted Mo Diawara in the second round, and they've already moved them past their previous first-round pick in Pregame Dottie. That happens all the time in the NBA. You don't have 4 or 5 years to figure it out. You have maybe 2 or 3, right? The end of your rookie contract. The Knicks have to make a decision on whether they're going to pick up the third and fourth years of Pregame Dottie's contract. I'll tell you right now, if Dottie can't even make it past Mo Diawara in the depth chart, they may not look to bring him back. The Knicks put up 45 points in that quarter. We didn't even get to go around the league, so maybe we'll do it during one of the timeout breaks. But as of right now, oh man, I missed the thing. Let's go back to the Gamecast. As of right now, we're going to stick here. And here we go. Start of the third quarter. Ryan Rollins bringing it down. They get it over to A.J. Green. Green gets it over to Giannis. Giannis back to Green. Green, a straightaway 3 off the handoff. And there goes A.J. Green. I just waxed poetic about the Knicks' ability to guard A.J. Green and Gary Trent Jr. all night long and keep them from shooting constant threes. And they open up the second half, getting A.J. Green a clean look from 3. Brunson bringing it down as the Bucks go for the steal. Brunson to the rim. Blows a layup. Come on, JB. And here comes the Bucks pushing it the other way. Inside to Giannis. Giannis goes up, pump fakes, and gets an easy dunk out of it. That's what happens when you miss a layup in the NBA. And just like that, it's back to a 7-point game immediately. Here comes Bridges bringing it down. Can't rest on your laurels here. Brunson up top, coming to his right. Gary Trent Jr. switches onto him, hands it off to Shamit. Shamit gets it over to Towns. Towns up top. Faces up from 3. Pump fakes, driving it down against Giannis. Stops, pivots, spins. Takes it out, Bridges, open right corner 3, excellent pass from Towns, can't get it to go. Towns rips away a rebound from Giannis, and then gets blocked by Turner. Towns was trying to draw the fouls. He was tied up with Giannis, no foul call, good block from Turner. Excellent rebound from Towns, by the way, over Giannis. I said, yeah, I think McCullough's ahead of Pregame too. Maybe. Bridges inside the Towns. Towns gets called for the offensive foul, pushing off on Gary Trent Jr. Looking a little bit like we're going to try to force feed Towns the ball a little bit after he barely touched the ball in that first half. He took 1 shot. Mark said Pacom is gone, bro. Not looking good for him. He's got to work. He's got to work to get into the good graces of this coaching staff, man. But it's all on him. You got to put in the work. Miles Turner fakes the handoff, gets it over to Rollins. Rollins dancing around the Turner screen, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Gary Trent Jr. up top, swings through to his right, down the lane, pump fakes, puts up the floater, gets it to go. And here come the Bucks, making it a game. It's a 5-point game. Brunson bringing it down against Rollins. Good screen in the backcourt by Anunoby. Brunson dancing with the ball, shoves it over to Towns. Towns up top, coming to his right, keeping it himself, going up, off glass, can't get it to go, looking for a foul call, he doesn't get it. Too much flopping there. Giannis turning on the Jets, putting his head down, attacking, gets caught in the air, and throws it to nobody. Good defense from the Knicks. Bad decision from Giannis there as he turns it over. Shamet has it, loses it, does save it over to Towns. A wide open straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Here comes Ryan Rollins bringing it down the other way. Don't get back into the slump of missing open shots, Knicks. Rollins up top, crossing over to his right. Gets it over to Green, back to Rollins, being guarded by Towns. Rollins dancing with it. Crossing over to his right. Down the lane, gets blocked by OG Anunoby out of bounds. Good help defense from OG. 9:30 to go here in the third quarter, y'all. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? Mark said, why do we come out slow after the half? We got to get back to layup lines, Mark. Mikal Bridges got to get them back onto the layup lines. I don't know if they're running layup lines at halftime. Turner on the pick and pop from Green. Can't get it to go. OG Anunoby with the rebound. He has it up top. Coming to his right, hands it off to Towns. Towns being guarded by Turner. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left, curling down the lane. Has nice space. Can't get the little floater to go, but the rebound serendipitously falls right to Karl-Anthony Towns, and he dunks it down nice and easy. Here comes Giannis pushing it the other way. Giannis has it up top. Being guarded by Anunoby. Gets it over to Green. Green on the pop, off the go screen, splashes it right over the outstretched hands of Mikal Bridges. His second three of the half. He's coming out firing, and it's a 4-point game. Towns has it up top. Hands it off to Shamet. Shamet coming to his right. Steps back for a three. He's got space, and he splashes it. Landry Shamet's shot's looking good to start the year. I like it. Here comes Giannis pushing it the other way. Giannis has it up top. Gets it over to Turner. Turner catches. Pump fakes. Good job from Towns to stay down. They get it over to Gary Trent Jr. curling around. Over to Giannis. Putting his head down, attacking, and he dunks it all over OG Anunoby. Oh, Giannis Antetokounmpo. My goodness. My goodness. Bridges almost had it taken out of his hands by Giannis. Sprays it out to Shamet. Another open three for Shamet. Another three for Landry Shamet. Yes, sir. Stop leaving my man open. He'll kill you tonight. Knicks back up by 8. Thanks to Landry Shamet shooting here. Like I said, just hit the open ones. That's all I'm asking for. Not asking for anything but for you to hit the open ones. Ryan Rollins bringing it down. Gets it over to Giannis. Hands it off to Gary Trent Jr. Coming to his left off the Giannis screen. Back to Giannis. Kicks it out to Green. Green, wide open, right wing. That's not the guy to leave open as Green knocks it down. Towns, you can't, I know it's Giannis, but you can't help off of Green like that. 3 is more than 2. Bridges up top, coming to his right, blowing past the defense all the way to the rim. Gets chased down, blocked by Giannis. Not a good decision from Bridges there. Here comes Gary Trent Jr. pushing the other way. Stops, turns, spins, goes up, off glass. Can't get it to go. Giannis with the offensive rebound and putback dunk. And a timeout from Mike Brown. And Giannis, he's into it, man. When Giannis is into it like this, he's going to the crowd. He's calling for more energy. He's calling for everybody to get into it. Oh, Giannis is on a mission right now. Giannis is on a mission right now. Mark, you can't put Shams in the chat, brother. I recognize you're saying Shamit, but you can't put Shams in the chat in all caps like that, because that makes me think, like, did Shams Charania just tweet out a crazy trade? That's what my mind immediately read Shams as, until I was like, wait, no, he's talking about Shamit, because Shamit's going off. Oh, man. I said, Giannis worst matchup in the league for my boy OG. OG is a pretty good matchup against Giannis. He's defended him extremely well throughout his career, and especially during his Knicks tenure. But there's only so much you could do. You could just hope he settles for jump shots. And to start the night, he was settling for jump shots. David Hush Jr. said, Cat is really killing us. I don't think Cat's killing us at all. What about Karl-Anthony Towns is killing us? I think Towns has been fine. Mark said, when I sent, that's what I thought. Soon said Cat is holding it down. Like, he's not taking a ton of shots tonight. He's 2 for 5. He started to force it a little bit in the second half. Obviously, only taking the one shot in the first half. But when everybody else has it going, the offense is looking great. Again, they just had 2 wide open threes for Shamet. If it's not your night from Towns, like, just do the other things that you are also paid to do, right? Grab the rebounds. Play the good defense. All of the things. Mikal Bridges, by the way, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Triple double watch. Trying to tell you, triple double watch. Marion Fernandez, what's up, Marion? Bring Bobby Portis back in. I need 2 more rebounds. He will come back in eventually. He'll probably grab 2 more rebounds at least. Good rebounder, Bobby Portis. David said, Cat, biggest guy on the court playing soft. I don't. Explain to me what you mean by soft. How is he playing soft so far? What about his game is playing soft? My man Ninja, what's up, Ninja? Daniel Malbons, what's up, Daniel? Happy to see you again, Daniel. It's been a while. Russell Field, what's up, Russell? Yak said, Hug Porty was pretty good defending Giannis, the little we've seen. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to rely on him, but yeah. Ninja said, we're sweating Giannis for 40 points, rebounds, assists today. Giannis with 20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. We talked about in the first half, Giannis is going to get his points, but the thing that they can corral a little bit from Giannis is his rebounding and his passing. 20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. He had 1 assist and 2 rebounds. So he's already grabbed 2 rebounds and picked up 3 assists in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter here. So Knicks got to corral it. Keenar said, 40 PRA, got to worry about 60. Yeah, with Giannis, yeah. He's already with, 29? So he only needs 11 more. He'll pick up that just in points alone. He might pick up that in rebounds alone. Here we go. We're coming back in after the timeout. The Flea said, I think he gets there, unfortunately. Yeah, he gets there. He's going to get there. It's not a question of if, when. But like I said, with Giannis getting this hyped up in Milwaukee right now, that's not a good sign for the Knicks at all. Towns has it up top. Hands it off to Shamet. Shamet coming down the lane. Step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Bouncing on the rim a couple of times. Towns with the tip. Can get it. And Green able to get the rebound. Knock the rebound away from him. And here he comes bringing it down. Up top to Ryan Rollins. Rollins coming to his right. Good defense from Brunson to stay in front of him. Ryan Rollins settling for the mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Turner with the offensive rebound and gets fouled by OG Anunoby on the floor. Yak said, Kessler getting a new contract at the season. How much can we give up for a rental? Knicks are not going to be able to afford Walker Kessler now, I'll tell you that. Ryan Rollins up top, pump fakes, gets it over to Giannis. Giannis pulls it out behind the three-point line. Giannis dancing with it, putting his head down, attacking, stop, turn, pump fake, cross-court, Ryan Rollins wide open, Brunson getting caught behind the screen. You can't get caught behind the screen, Brunson. You can't get caught ball watching. And Ryan Rollins knocks down the corner 3, tying it up at 79. Shaman coming to his right, pulls it back out. Picks up his handle. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. Jab step. Coming to his left. Rollins does a good job staying in front of him. Brunson blows past him. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go down. And Rollins fouls him. Sending Brunson to the foul line. 2 free throws. Doing a whole lot of reaching. Brunson knew it. He threw up the floater. Hey, Hayes said Brunson should have known as soon as Turner touched him. Yeah, I mean, look, Turner, 7-foot tall dude, big and wide. It's hard to get around him in time, but you gotta know that cross court is available. Like, what are you doing anyway, Brunson? I understand it because Towns is gonna go over to help on the Giannis drive, and so Brunson has to be there in front of Turner to dissuade the drop-off pass, but it leaves the corner pass wide open. It's just an excellent play from the Bucks there, right? Obviously, he gets all the attention, but Brunson's gotta know that's coming. You gotta position yourself better than that, JB. Brunson does knock down the first free throw. And he does knock down the second free throw. Thank you for knocking down your free throws. Keys be me. What's up, Keys? Ryan Rollins has it up top to get it over to Green. Green being guarded by Bridges. Lock in, Bridges, lock in. 6 minutes to go here. We're already at the halfway point of the third quarter. Not a lot of stoppage and play here. We're flying by here tonight. Rollins driving it down past Brunson, runs right into Anunoby, and a blocking foul on OG Anunoby. Just that's an OG hacking and whacking. OG's what? 2 fouls now? Okay. Josh Hart at the scorers table. What was at the scorers table? Clarkson at the scorers table. Hukporty at the scorers table. So we got Bridges, Brunson, Hukporty, Clarkson, and Hart. Okay. Okay. The Bucks with Giannis, Turner, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, and Ryan Rollins. Get it into Giannis, being guarded by Hart. Don't love this matchup. I've said it before. Giannis takes it out. Miles Turner, left corner, pump fakes. Behind the back pass, back to Ryan Rollins, the left corner three. He just hit one from there, and he hits another one from there. Ryan Rollins has been incredible tonight. Incredible night for Ryan Rollins, who's sitting with 19 points now. The two-man game of Giannis and Ryan Rollins. Brunson down the lane, can knock down the lefty floater. Hukporty had the rebound and lost it. Hukporty does a great job of being in position for the rebound, but just can't hold on to it right now. Giannis spins off a Hart to the rim, reverse layup, smokes it. Good defense from Hukporty to come over for the help. Now here comes Brunson, hit ahead to Bridges. Bridges attacking towards the middle, pulls it back out, shoves it out to Hart. Hart has it up top, sprays it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Rollins. Coming to his right, driving it down. Takes it out to Josh Hart, sprays it over to Bridges, attacking the closeout, Euro steps, throws up a floater off glass, looking for a foul. He doesn't get it. They do get it, actually. A late foul call from Mikal Bridges. Draws the blocking foul. And you know what? It's nice to see Mikal Bridges actually go to the rim. He's done that a couple of times tonight for actual layups versus last year settling for a whole lot of mid-range fall-away jumpers. This year actually going to the basket. Mark said, Ryan who? If you don't know who Ryan Rollins is, Mark, I can't help you with that one. Ryan Rollins had a pretty good rookie season last year for the Bucks and is the starting point guard now for them this season. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. He's having an excellent shooting game, though. He is 4 for 4 from three-point range, which isn't necessarily what you will typically see from him. He's a good three-point shooter, but not this good. Mark said, called it on OG, too. Bridges knocks down both free throws. Now we're going back and forth. 83 to 82. Both teams exchanging leads here. Giannis has it up top, being guarded by Hart. Hukporty switches on to Giannis. Giannis up top, dancing with it. Driving to his left, spins off of Hukporty to the rim. Gets the righty scoop layup to go over Hukporty, and then the foul. Giannis does a little spinning celebration over there. He's having fun tonight. Oh, no, it's a foul on Brunson on the reach-in. Not a good foul from Brunson. Not a good foul. The Flea said, yeah, who is this guy? Ryan Rollins, guys. Ryan Rollins. I didn't do a good enough job in the pregame. I got to make him a graphic. He is the starting point guard for the Bucks. Not necessarily a point guard. You don't need a point guard. They're playing point guard by committee. Yak said Bridges rebounding too. Bridges has been fantastic tonight. He's got 8 rebounds. Josh Hart hands it off to Clarkson, over to Brunson. Brunson up top. Giannis did knock down his free throws. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson kicks out the Bridges. Bridges left wing three. Lock me up. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. AJ Green with the rebound. Here come the Bucks pushing it the other way. Giannis has it up top, being guarded by Hart. Giannis has it in the post. They're showing two. Up top, Turner, straightaway three. Over Hukporty. He can't get it to go. Thank goodness. Here comes Josh Hart pushing it the other way. 85 to 83. Hart hands it off to Brunson. Brunson attacking, stops, turns, spins in the paint. Spins again the other way. Fall-away jumper over Rollins. Gets it to go. All right. The two stars are just going at it now. Bucks call a timeout here. So Giannis gets it going a little bit. Mike Brown calls a timeout. Brunson gets it going a little bit. Doc Rivers calls the timeout. This is a battle of the stars right now. We're tied at 85. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be who can lead their team to the victory at the end. Mikal Bridges is with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is pretty fantastic. Brunson now up to 27 points. Giannis with 23 points. Both of those guys going at it. We got a timeout here, and what we didn't do previously is we did not go around the league. So let's go around the league right now real quick. We did not have time during the halftime show to go around the league. Let's do it right now. Wizards 76ers went into overtime, and it looks like the 76ers are going to pull it out to jump to 4-0 to start the year. Maxey with a 31-10 performance. Wow. Look at the Sixers go, man. Look at the Sixers go. Embiid with 25, Maxey with 37, VJ Edgecombe with his first rookie performance so far this season, 14 points for him, just a lowly 14 points for VJ Edgecombe. Off the bench, Quentin Grimes gave him 21. They don't even have Paul George out there yet. You go over to Washington, an impressive performance from them tonight. Dropped them to probably 1-3 here. Keyshawn George with 17, but Alex Sarr, former number 2 overall pick with 31 points and 11 rebounds. Nice performance from him. They also added 5 assists. He did have 5 turnovers, though. CJ McCollum with 14. Chris Middleton with 13. Bob Carrington with 10 off the bench. Corey Kispert with 13. And their rookie Trey Johnson with 10. So, pretty solid all-around night for the Washington Wizards, who will end up with a loss here. But they're showing some things, these Wizards, man. They're showing some things. The Hornets and the Heat blowing out the Hornets. And like I said earlier tonight, he may be a little bit better than what we thought. 134 points for them. Knicks held them down, but they are scoring at a rapid pace here. Hornets do not have defense, so that could also be part of the issue tonight. The Kings taking on the Thunder. That is a close game. We know the Thunder can be a fourth-quarter team. They can be a fourth-quarter team here. Russell Westbrook with 13, 6, and 3. The triple-double machine he no longer is. 13, 6, and 3 for Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. DeMar DeRozan with 16. Levine with 16. Even Sabonis only has 8. Off the bench, Keon Ellis has 12 at the end of the third quarter. Nobody really getting it going. Everybody sharing the rock there. SGA with 22. Aaron Wiggins with 18 in the starting lineup. Off the bench, A.J. Mitchell with 11. Just that said, Bucks have been playing great defense. They have been playing very solid defense so far tonight. And then we have the late night game. We have the late night game, Clippers-Warriors. You have to tip off. We'll tip off after this Knicks Bucks game. Not a wide slate. But we got some good games going on. Hold on, this game's not over yet? It's not over yet? Here we go. We're back in. Ryan Rollins to the rim, gets another layup to go. Ryan Rollins is unstoppable. He is now their second leading scorer. He was always their second leading scorer, but now he's got 21. Giannis is 23. My goodness. Hug Porty hands it off to Brunson. Brunson kicks it out to Hart. Hart hands it off to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Hug Porty. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson, a mid-range jumper, gets fouled, and he rattles in the jump shot. Gets fouled by Ryan Rollins. What number foul is that? I feel like Ryan Rollins has, 3, 4 fouls now? Only a second. Only a second foul. D-Ras said Cat is holding us back. Biggs Goofy has to go. Cat is not holding us back. I think Karl-Anthony Towns has been perfectly fine tonight. Would I like to see him take more shots? Sure. But we're getting absolutely phenomenal shots in the offense. You don't have to force feed Karl-Anthony Towns the ball if we're going to get fantastic offense from Bridges, Anunoby, and Brunson here. Brunson at the foul line for his and one free throw here. Tied at 87. 3:40 to go here in the third. Kiyahara said, I think Ryan spelled his last name Mamakalashvili. Maybe. Brunson knocks down his and one free throw to give him 30 points. Brunson with 30 points with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter, putting on a show. Cole Anthony is in the game for Ryan Rollins. So hopefully we can start to slow them down a little bit. They throw it inside to Giannis. Josh Hart slips and falls. No, they called the offensive foul, and Giannis pushing off on Josh Hart. He sold it well. We'll take it. A little bit of a flop from Josh Hart, but we'll take it. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty obvious push off from Giannis. Not a lot there, but he did extend the arms all the way. And if you extend the arms all the way, they're going to hit you with that. Anunoby up top, attacking to his right. Being guarded by Gary Trent Jr. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Hart over to Towns. Towns in the high post. And they call an offensive foul on Towns. Holding on to Kyle Kuzma. When we do get Karl-Anthony Towns the ball, he picks up offensive fouls. Come on, man. Come on, Towns. What is that about? What is that about? Third foul for Karl Anthony Towns. One foul away from being sent to the bench for the quarter. 3 minutes to go here. Giannis has it up top. They show a double team, and Anunoby ends up fouling Giannis. They're in the bonus, so it's going to send Giannis to the foul line for 2 free throws. Lana Mona said, Sheffy being Sheffy. What am I doing? Defending Towns? Mark said, what? How? I just don't see it there. With a Towns foul? If you're an offensive player and you grab the defensive player's arms, which he did, they're going to hit you with an offensive foul, especially as you're catching the ball. So all eyes are on you. You're catching the ball, and you're holding on to the defensive player's arm. They're going to hit you with it. Giannis has it in the high post, being guarded by Anunoby. Backing him down. They kick it out to Cole Anthony. Extra pass to Amir Coffey. Left corner 3. Comes up short. Towns knocks the rebound over to Anunoby. Good job from Towns. Giannis gets it over to Towns. Towns catches it on the run, spinning, driving it down. One-handed off glass, can't get it to go. Yeah, he may be a little frustrated here because that's a horrific shot. Giannis, bully balling his way down low, goes right into Anunoby's chest and gets the easy layup out of it. Jordan Clarkson has it up top to get it back to Towns in the post, being guarded by Kuzma. This is what I said they should have done earlier. Now they're doing it. And you're saying why they didn't do it earlier. They're not getting anything out of it. They get it back to Towns in the post. Swing through, backing down Kuzma, pump fake, leans in, puts up the hook shot. Can't get it to go, no foul call, fight for the rebound. Anunoby knocks it loose. Jordan Clarkson chasing it, dives on it. Giannis still able to keep it alive and stay in bounds, and now he's got a full head of steam. Running right into Anunoby, swings it out to Kuzma, extra pass. Good job from Jordan Clarkson to get back on defense, to get it into Giannis, one-on-one against Anunoby. Runs right into him, and they call Anunoby with a blocking foul. Anunoby trying to draw the charge. 2 minutes to go here. Student said, Freight Train Giannis is awake. Yep, here we go. Mark said, I didn't see a hold. It wasn't much. It for sure wasn't much. And Kuzma was all over him. But he does that thing that he does when he drives and he tries to hook the arm real quick. Even if you make that motion, he's grabbing Kuzma's arm, trying to keep him away as he's reaching out to try and grab the entry pass. It's just going to, Mark said, another terrible call on OG. I don't hate the call. I don't hate the blocking call there. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I want the charge there, but I do think that was probably a blocking foul. Giannis knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Giannis is a terrible free throw shooter, a very inconsistent three-point shooter. Some nights he is on the money, and some nights he's missing them. So I'm going to need Giannis to miss this free throw here. And he throws up an air ball of a free throw. There you go. We'll take it. D-Red said, Cat is not New York material. I don't understand. I don't understand how not. My man's playing through a quad injury, and y'all will sit there and call him soft. Make it make sense. Keenar said, you don't see OG getting torched like this with anyone else other than Giannis? Well, there is no guarding Giannis. If Anunoby tried guarding Jokic, Jokic would cook him. Anunoby tried guarding SGA, SGA would cook him. You guard superstars, you get cooked. Josh Hart, a fall away mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Towns fighting for the rebound, saves it over to Anunoby. Anunoby has it, driving it down, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets it down low to Towns in the post. Drop step, goes up, a lot of contact. And they get him with a jump ball. Towns is not playing well so far tonight. Now he's hurting us. Now I agree with you, chatters. Before, I thought he was playing perfectly fine, playing within himself. It's not your night. Let everybody else cook. Now, he obviously wants his points and whatnot, so he's forcing it. He's got the matchup with Kyle Kuzma, and he wants it in the post. This is what I said they should have did in the first half, and this is why they didn't do it. I said Cash should be resting the quad. He should be resting the quad. I'm with you. Towns battling for the tip. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be another jump ball between Towns and Cole Anthony. So it should be a jump ball between Towns and Cole Anthony. It is. They tried to sneak Bobby Portis in there. They tried to sneak Bobby Portis in there. Tyler Kolek is in. Jordan Clarkson is in, along with Shamit and Josh Hart. He said they tried to act like Cole Anthony wasn't all over the ball. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bobby Portis in there. Like Cole Anthony wasn't laying on top of the ball. Towns easily wins the tip over to Clarkson. Clarkson on the left wing. Shot clock winding down. Perfect guy to get the ball to. He's got to chuck it up. He does chuck it up. It does hit the rim and allows Tyler Kolek to get to the rebound. Towns is going to drive it down here inside the Josh Hart. Swings it out to Kolek. Good closeouts from the Bucks there, and Towns shoots a one-legged fall-away three with 5 seconds on the shot clock. I get it was winding down, but oh man, Karl Towns, get him out of the game right now. He's too much into his head. Cole Anthony Euro steps down the lane, kicks it out. Taurean Prince wide open right corner three, and he knocks it down with all the momentum going towards Milwaukee right now. 5-point deficit for the Knicks with 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Tyler Kolek has it up top, dancing with it. They get it over to Shamit inside the Towns. Towns being guarded by Kuzma, backing him down, kicks it back out. Shamit, a left corner three, he's open. He can't answer. Fight for the rebound. They save it out. Kolek, a straightaway three, he's open. Off the back rim, he can't get it to go. Kuzma finally screws the rebound, and now here comes the Bucks. The fans on their feet. They're cheering their heroes as they're looking to take a larger lead here to go into the fourth. Step back three for Cole Anthony. Pump fakes, kicks it back to Bobby Portis. A straightaway three, he can't get it to go. Shamit with the long rebound. Here comes Kolek. Kolek hit ahead to Hart. Hart's going to put his head down. Euro step down the lane, attacking. Kicks it out to Clarkson. But they call a foul on the Josh Hart pass. 23.6 seconds to go. 17 on the shot clock. Buzzer beater said we need Mitch in there. Yes, we do. For sure, 100%. Susan said we need Deuce for Rollins tonight. Excellent point, Susan. Excellent point. This is the kind of night you need Deuce for Ryan Rollins. You need Mitch for Giannis. Some help down low would be nice for OG. So Bridges and Brunson going to sub back in for the final shot of the quarter here. About a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. 23 seconds on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. Brunson will inbound it. Get it into Clarkson. Clarkson back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off the Town screen. They show a double team. Sprays it out to Clarkson. Clarkson, a straightaway three. He's open. Knock me down. Knock me down. Jordan Clarkson. There you go, my brother. There you go. Big shot for Jordan Clarkson to bring it back within 2. 15 on the game clock. Just play good defense here. Get a nice stop going into the fourth quarter in a 2-point game. Kuzma has it up top, being guarded by Towns. Kuzma driving it down against Towns. Leans in. Trying to draw the foul. He does draw the foul. It's going to send Kyle Kuzma to the foul line for 2 free throws. You know, I said, I hope Deuce is okay. He doesn't have an injury or anything, but it when you take a personal day, when you're out for personal reasons, it's usually a family matter. I don't think it's the birth of a child, considering he just had a child. So it leads you to believe that it's something not so great. So I hope everything is okay with the McBride family, and he'll be back with the team soon. Kuzma misses a free throw. We love missed free throws from our opponents every single time. Don't hype it up every single time. Triple Stack said, put Giannis back in. I need 5 points. Giannis will get 5 points in the fourth quarter, my brother. You're fine. Judge Dad said, both teams injured already. A lot of teams injured to start the year. I mean, even the Thunder are without J-Dub to start the year. Gigi said, I'm a big supportive of Cat, but Jesus Christ, dude, playing like trash. Yeah, he's not having a good time. I thought his first half was perfectly fine. Played within himself. Clearly was not his night and allowed everybody else to cook. Decided he wanted it to be his night in the third quarter here and was playing way too much out of character. Very bad. Josh Hart, as Kuzma did knock down the second free throw. Josh Hart will put up the half-court heave. Comes up just a little bit short, and we're going to go into the fourth quarter down 3 points here. Still 1 possession game, but down 3 points here. David Osh Jr. said, Towns looks totally lost. Why are you forcing it? Why are you forcing it? The gravity that he had out there in that first half allowed Anunoby to get open threes, allowed Bridges to get open threes, allowed Brunson to cook, allowed Shamit to get open threes. If you can't recognize that, I don't know what to tell you, Karl Anthony Towns. You're having value out there. It's not going to show up in the counting stats, but don't worry about the counting stats. Worry about putting W's up on the board, my man. Brandon Thomas, what's up, Brandon? Put OG in. OG will play at some point in the fourth quarter, my man. Okay, he said Kings ahead of OKC. OKC will probably pull that one out. OKC will probably pull that one out, right? Right? They find a way to win these games all the time. It's a 6-point game. They'll find a way to win it, right? They always do. Yak said, stop betting on opponents. You don't want to root for them to score. Good point. Good point, yeah, good point. 76ers did end up beating the Wizards. The Heat did end up smoking the Hornets. 144 points for the Heat. The Knicks held them to what? They held them to what? They held them to 115. They scored 121, 146, 115, 144. So maybe they played pretty decently against the Heat, and the Heat are just pretty good now. Maybe the Heat are just pretty good. Chichi said Kuzma looking like Defensive Player of the Year guarding Cat should not happen. I don't know what you're watching, Chichi, but every time Cat touches the ball, there's 3 defenders around him. It is not Kyle Kuzma that's bothering him. It's when they collapse on him, which is fine. Collapse onto Karl Anthony Towns all day long. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Kick it out to the open shooters. We have shooters all over the place for you. All over the place for you, Cat. All over the floor. You got Brunson. You got Bridges. You got Anunoby. You got Shamit running around. Kick it out to them. Yak said Cat isn't a smart player. He just gets in his head. Gets in his head. I can't entirely disagree with you because the things that have been plaguing him throughout his career are the same dumb mental mistakes that he's been dealing with since he entered the league. David Ash Jr. said, no excuses, sit. No excuses if you're hurt, sit, next man up. Yeah. I think his first half was perfectly fine. I don't know why he decided, I need to go get my stats. Like, just, do you want to win the basketball game or not, my man? This isn't about you. Here we go. Tyler Kolek will bring it down. Kolek gets it over to Towns. We come out with Kolek, Bridges, Hart, Clarkson, and Towns. Towns hands it off to Bridges. Bridges steps back, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top to Clarkson. Clarkson with the shot clock winding down is going to have to make something out of nothing. Back to Josh Hart. Pass fake, driving it down. Hits Kolek, cutting back door. Beautiful backdoor cut from Kolek. But he gets chased down, blocked by Taurean Prince. Towns can't get the putback, rushed it, forced it. Kuzma down the lane. And they call a blocking foul on Kolek. A terrible attempt by Kolek to try and draw the charge there. Terrible attempt. Kuzma's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Excellent chase down block from Taurean Prince there. And Tyler Kolek, who beat him back door but couldn't get the layup to go. Towns rushed the putback attempt. Yak said, told you, Sheffy, Miami was my dark horse. You were right about that, Yak. I was down on Miami. You were right about that for sure. Miami has been solid to start the year. Extremely good. Ricardo said, I have the feeling Cat is more injured than admitted. I mean, they already admitted he has a grade 2 quad strain, which is something you don't play through. You don't play through a grade 2 quad strain. You're out for 2 or 3 weeks. I understood him wanting to power through it and play on opening night. But now sit down. Rest it. He's moving slow. He moves gingerly. I don't need you pushing yourself in October. I need you pushing yourself in June. Bridges hands it off to Josh Hart after Kuzma knocked down both of his free throws. 91-96, 5-point game. Josh Hart picks up his handle. We can't have Josh Hart out there right now. Not a Josh Hart time to have him out there right now. Towns has it up top. Hands it off to Hart. Hart puts up the 3, no hesitation. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Amir Coffey ends up with it, and now here comes Kyle Kuzma bringing it down. Kuzma up top. A pull-up 3 straight away. Airballs it. And Coffey can't hold on to it and goes out of bounds. Knicks will bring it down the other way. Buzzer beater said, where's OG? On the bench. On the bench. Start the fourth quarter normally on the bench. You want to finish the game with those guys. You don't want to have to play them the whole fourth quarter, my brother. Tyler Kolek bringing it down, kicks it out to Josh Hart, extra pass to Bridges. Bridges, the right corner three, no hesitation, splashes it, nothing but net, right between the eyes of Amir Coffey. Okay. 2-point game. 94-96. Okay. Knicks making shots here. Got to get JB back in the game at some point, probably around the 9-8 minute mark. Cole Anthony, pocket pass to Bobby Portis. Bridges switches on to Portis now. He's going to back him down, kicks out to Cole Anthony. A deep straightaway three over Josh Hart. Comes up short. Towns snatches the rebound. Great rebound from Towns. Now he's out and pushing. Towns telling Tyler Kolek, come on, push. Gets it over to Kolek. Kolek coming to his left off the screen. Tries to hand it off to Clarkson. Does get it off to Clarkson. Clarkson driving it down, knocked out of his hands. Diving on the floor, out of bounds. Going back to the Bucks. Doing too much, Clarkson. Doing too much. Got too far down in the paint. 10 minutes to go. 2-point game. 96-94. The Bucks have built momentum ending the third here. Carrie Lippenholtz, what's up, Carrie? I'm happy to see you. Do you think Mike Brown is the right choice for later on in the future? I don't think the Knicks are concerned about later on in the future. I think they're concerned about right now, today. And Tyler Kolek runs into Amir Coffey trying to shoot the three, and it's going to send him to the foul line for 3 free throws. Not a good foul from Tyler Kolek at all. Hattie said, come on, Clarkson, going on the list with Shamet? I think Shamet's on the good list. Why is Shamet on the list? Shamet's been excellent tonight. Shamet has been excellent tonight. Amir Coffey at the foul line for 3 free throws. He knocked down the first one. He knocks down the second one, and he's got one more coming. D-Ras said, lead cat in Milwaukee? No thanks, brother. I will gladly take him back. Don't get emotional over one game, my man. Kolek bringing it down. Coming to his left, driving it down, draws the foul on Cole Anthony. Good attack from Tyler Kolek. Foul on the floor, obviously. Side out of bounds. XIV Prada, what's up? What is that? 14 Prada? Are they putting Giannis back in? They will eventually put Giannis back in the game, yes. Giannis will eventually come back into the game to close it out. Towns hands it off to Kolek. Kolek coming to his left, gets it over to Josh Hart in the corner. Hart pulls it back up. Back over to Kolek. Kolek dancing with it. Crosses over. Down the lane. Gets the layup. Oh my goodness. Aggressive move from Tyler Kolek. Got to the rim for the layup. He's been watching Brunson. Very impressive drive from Tyler Kolek. Cole Anthony has it up top. Shoves it over to Portis. Portis hands it off to Taurean Prince. Now back to Portis. Portis puts up the left corner three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. Josh Hart saying he grabbed his arm. That's why he couldn't hold on to it. I tend to agree with Josh Hart. 9:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Brunson and Giannis still on the bench. Probably will come in around the 8-minute mark. Kuzma gets it into Portis. Portis has it in the post against Towns. Left wing. Backing down Towns now. Kicks it out to Cole Anthony. Back to Portis. Spins, turns, fires on the fall away. Comes up short. Josh Hart secures the rebound. And we're pushing it the other way. It's a 3-point game. 99-96. Josh Hart has it up top. Coming to his left. Sprays it over to Kolek. Kolek being guarded by Cole Anthony. Kolek coming to his right off the Bridges screen. Gets it over to Bridges. Has it in the post against Cole Anthony. Faces up. Goes along the baseline. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. A left corner three. Josh Hart. Well short. Not a good shot from Josh Hart. Can we get Landry Shamet in for Josh Hart right now? Get over to Prince. Prince on the left wing. Gets it into Portis being guarded by Hart. Backing him down. Backing him down. He's got the size and strength advantage. Throws up the right hook and he gets it to go down. We got to get Josh Hart out there. He's not helping us offensively at all. And we need buckets. Kolek coming to his left off the Town screen. Takes it up top to Clarkson. Clarkson over to Hart. Hart being guarded by Cole Anthony. Gets it down low to Towns. Towns in the post against Portis. He's looking to get some revenge here. Takes it out to Kolek. A straightaway three. He's open. Comes up short. Long rebound. Fight for it. Knocked into the air. Towns able to recover it. Towns driving it down along the baseline. A lot of contact. Can't get the layup to go. But he does draw the blocking foul on Kuzma. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. This is around Brunson time. This is around Giannis time, so we should see the two superstars coming back into the game at some point. Student said, Cat is hustling his butt off. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hattie said, Kolik's still learning. He's going to be great. He's showed he's a legit backup guard in this league. He's for sure showed that. Towns knocks down the free throw. Here comes Brunson and Anunoby. Giannis still on the bench. Interesting. Clifford Wilkins, what's up, Cliff? We need OG. OG's back in. Now we need him to perform. We got him back in the game. Now we need him to do OG Anunoby things. Giannis still on the bench, interestingly enough. Gigi said, Kolik game should have been fully developed by now, but Tom Schnitzerdo was holding him back. Maybe. It was definitely opportunity for him to definitely play him. Towns knocks down the second free throw. 3-point game. Under 8 to go. Cole Anthony bringing it down. Coming to his right off a Portis screen. Up top to Portis, driving it down. Spins to his right, cross the lane, throws up a tough floater. Can't get it to go. Anunoby rips away a rebound. Here comes OG, pushing it the other way. OG over to Shaman, who's checked in for Josh Hart finally. I called for it, and I got it. Anunoby has it up top, crossing over to his left, kicks it over to Brunson in the corner. Brunson, jab step, going along the baseline, leans into Taurean Prince, creates the space, and knocks down the jumper. Tough move from Jalen Brunson to bring it to a 1-point game. 7:20 to go. Giannis is now at the scores table, along with Ryan Rollins, who is a demon so far tonight. Anunoby digs down to kick it out to Kuzma. Kuzma driving it down, gets knocked out of his hands by Bridges. Anunoby picks it up, hit ahead to Bridges. Bridges, one man to beat, and Cole Anthony to the rim. Gets the layup to go, and one from my man Mikal Bridges. Yes, sir! There we go, and the Knicks retake the lead and gave us exactly what we needed. Some momentum here. Got the wings back in the game, causing some turnovers, getting out and running, getting the and one over Cole Anthony. There you go, Mikal Bridges. Susan said Mikal Bridges taking the rookie to school. Well, Cole Anthony isn't a rookie. Hug Porty is in the game here for Towns. Is he in the game for Towns? Hug Porty is out there, and ESPN has not adjusted who's in the game right now. They do not say Hug Porty. Hug Porty is in for Towns. Bridges knocks down the free throw. Giannis bringing it down against Anunoby. Crossing over to his left. Porty picks him up. Mid-range foul line pull-up jumper. Comes up short, long rebound. Brunson grabs it. Now we're pushing the other way. Brunson on the left wing. Gets it over to Anunoby. Gets a running start and gets his strip, but he somehow recovers it. Kicks it out to an open Shaman at 3. Some serendipity. Shaman can't knock down the 3. Here comes Cole Anthony pushing it the other way. Approaching the halfway point here. Back to Giannis. Giannis on the left wing. Back up top to Anthony. Anthony a no hesitation 3 over Shaman. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Hug Porty and Portis fighting over it. Bridges able to secure it. Almost turned it over to Brunson, but Bridges picks it up. Bridges has it up top. They get it over to Brunson. Brunson has it up top. Back to Bridges. Brunson said, I'm good. You got it. You got it, Mikal. You got Cole Anthony on you. Cook him. Coming to his left off a good Hug Porty screen. Gets caught in the air. Saves it over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, dancing with it against Giannis. Crossing over. Pulls it back. Oh, and Brunson's hurt. He's down on the floor hurting. Giannis goes down the other way and dunks it. Giannis, Brunson pulling at the groin. We're going to get a timeout. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's going to be out for a while. Looks like he pulled the groin. As the injuries continue to climb. Yeah, also grabbing at the back of the leg could be a hamstring. But also grabbed at the groin area. Yeah, he's going to be out for a while. That's about a month. Month and a half, maybe even 2, depending on the severity of it. But, yeah, he's gone. He's gone for about a month or 2. All right, next man up, y'all. Jordan Clarkson, step up. Tyler Kolek, step up. It's your time, Tyler Kolek. It's never been more Tyler Kolek time than right now. It is Tyler Kolek time, y'all. Ninja said it's all right. Y'all got Bridges. We got Kolek. We got Anunoby. We got Towns. It's time. I'm going to need y'all to step up here. Deuce McBride, get back, brother. It's time to step up. Here we go. Here we go. I said, at least I got the under. I said, hammy is bad. Sports hernia is bad. I don't think he's got a hernia. I don't think. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, if it's the groin, it's an issue. If it's the hamstring, it's an issue. Whatever it is, it's an issue. It's a pulled muscle. He's gone for at least a month or two. Yak said, hopefully it's a cramp. That's not a cramp. You don't go down holding your leg like that with a cramp. I definitely don't think it's a cramp. Ellie Mooskov, what's up, Ellie? I wish Mikal realized Brunson needed a second and didn't pass on the ball. Great point, Ellie. Great point. Brunson was in the backcourt, and then when he crossed the half-court line, Brunson gave him the ball, and Brunson immediately gave him back the ball and walked away. I will say, Mikal Bridges went for a shot and was well contested at the last second, kicked it over to Brunson. Didn't mean to pass it to Brunson specifically, just needed to get rid of the ball. And so it went over to Brunson. Brunson could have got it and gave it back to Mikal and said, come get it. I'm not good. But, Ty G said, fix the stats, please. Which stats, my brother? Which stats? These? The graphic stats? Because these are last season stats. We use them as a reference to what the players could possibly be doing this year. The graphics will be updated on a weekly basis starting this weekend. The Flea said, Tibbs mentality, talking like it's a cramp. Yeah, man. Yeah. Jackson, I'm still hoping. Yeah, it's not good. I don't think it's going to be good at all. Seemed to have discomfort in his knee. Mike Brown called a timeout. Brunson will come back in the game coming out of the timeout. Ian Begley reports. Knicks training staff and Rick Brunson were talking to Jalen Brunson as he came off the floor. Seemed to have discomfort in his knee. Mike Brown called timeout, and Brunson will come back into the game coming out of the timeout. He's at the scores table coming back in. Never mind. He's fine. I said rub some dirt in it. Apparently, that's all he needed to do. Still has a slight gingerly limp to him. Ryan Rollins, good sportsmanship there. Goes over, asks him how, if he's all right, and he says, I'm good. Good sportsmanship. Brunson will bring it down now. I don't want him handling. I want him out of the game. Hands it off to Bridges, back to Brunson. I don't want the offense running through Brunson. Brunson comes to is right off the Hug-Porty screen. Tries to get it out to Bridges, gets knocked out of his hands. Hug-Porty gets it back to Brunson. Brunson a pull-up three, airballs it. Shamit picks it up, tries to kick it out to Anunoby. Rollins comes up with the steal. Why are we playing through Brunson if he doesn't have the lift? Anunoby comes up with the steal. Excellent steal from Anunoby, gets it right back. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his left, gets it knocked out of his hands by Ryan Rollins. Again, get it out of Brunson's hands. They get it over to Giannis. Giannis to the rim. Gets the easy scoop layup to go. Anunoby just kind of gave it to him. Didn't want to give him an and one or anything there. 5:30 to go. Anunoby bringing it down again. Have Brunson be in the corner spacing if you're going to have him in the game. Anunoby up top. Coming to his left. Runs right into Turner. Pulls it back out by the three-point line. Hesitates, crosses over, spins off of him. Pump fake, spins. All the way jumper. Way off. Hug-Porty knocked it loose, but Green able to pick it up. And now here comes Giannis. Giannis has it up top, being guarded by Hug-Porty. Giannis dancing with it. Hands it off to Green, who pump fakes. Gets it into Giannis, and he gets grabbed by Mikal Bridges. Excellent foul from Bridges. Going to send Giannis to the foul line for 2 free throws. Gigi said, can Hug-Porty grab a rebound? Good point. I called it out earlier. It seems like he gets his hand on a lot of rebounds, but can't squeeze onto the orange. I said, bruised knee, good. Twisted knee, bad. We'll have to wait and see what the diagnosis is, but if he's going to be in the game, don't have him handling the ball as often as he is. Get him out of there. I said hands are suspect for now. For sure. Definitely for now. Giannis knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. I said air balls to three shows he's hurt. I'm not going to make a judgment right now, but he clearly does not have the lift and the explosion that he usually does. FMC123, what's up, FMC? Giannis smacked Brunson in his face. Ref saying call it. Little ticky-tack foul, brother. You got to play through the contact. It's a contact sport. Giannis knocks down both of his free throws. Not great. Not great when Giannis is knocking down his free throws, because then you got no options of guarding him. Towns is back in. Josh Hart is back in. Josh Hart has it up top. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby being guarded by Gary Trent Jr. Over to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by A.J. Green. Bridges. It's over to Towns. Towns up top. Coming down to his left. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart left corner three. Halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. Brunson trying to save it. Out of bounds off of Brunson. Ball's going back to the Bucks. Time winding down here. Knicks down by 4. Got to build some momentum here. Straight Path. What's up, Straight Path? I'm a Bucks fan and love your commentary. Keep it up, champ. All the best to you. Appreciate you, Straight Path. Appreciate you, man. Clifford Wilkins said, go for 12 points, OG. OG will probably get the 12 points at some point, right? At some point. We got 4 minutes to go here. Giannis up top, crossing over to his right against Anunoby. Picks up his handle. Good defense. Out to Green. Green coming to his right off the screen. A pull-up three over Bridges. Well contested. Well short. Brunson with the rebound. Hit ahead to Hart. Hart bringing it down. Inside the Bridges. Bridges double team. They swing it around. Towns down the lane. Runs right in the Green. And a charge. You can see it coming a mile away. You can see it coming a mile away. 14 Prada said, Giannis just paid me $5K. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. M. McKay said, just a lot of ISO and no ball movement. I don't know if we're watching the same game, M. McKay. A whole lot of ball movement going on tonight. Turner gets it over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr. gets it over to Giannis. Giannis being guarded by OG. Backing him down. Towns comes over for the double. Inside to Turner. Turner gets grabbed by Bridges. Says foul on the floor. Bridges saying foul on the floor, but the ref saying it's a shot. Bridges is very upset. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? You said dangerous duo, Giannis and Turner. They complement each other well. Straight pass it. Can you start calling all Bucks games? I'm a Knicks fan, so I call all the Knicks games, but we will call more Bucks games as the season goes on. When the Knicks aren't playing, we pick another game throughout the night, and that's the game we'll go through. So we will call more Bucks games as the season goes on, Straight path. Turner knocks down both of his free throws. Knicks now down by 6, 8-0 run. Brunson throws up a floater, can't get it to go down, looking for a foul call, doesn't get it again. You got Brunson and Towns playing through injuries here. It's just, come on. Josh Hart and Brunson forced the turnover. Brunson bringing it down against Rollins, who played with the right hand, got it to go down. Okay, 4-point game, not out of it. Ryan Rollins bringing it down. Brunson up to 34 here. Hands it off to Trent. And in the Giannis. Giannis high post being guarded by Anunoby at the foul line, backing him down. One-legged fall-away foul line jumper. Hit the front of the rim and got a nice friendly bounce as Giannis gets it to go down. He's going to hit those. You got no chance. Right? Those are the shots you want him settling for, and hopefully he misses them. You're going to knock him down. You're in for a long night. Towns pump fakes, steps back for a three now. Can't get it to go down. Towns continues his miserable night. Over to Rollins. Rollins bringing it down against Bridges. Runs right into him. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. And that might be a dagger for the Knicks. 8-point lead for the Bucks now. 105-113. Brunson home run pass ahead to Anunoby. Anunoby bully balls his way to the rim. Gets chased down, blocked by Giannis, and now here come the Bucks. With the chance to go up double digits. A pull-up three, momentum three, a heat check for Green. Can't get it to go, but Giannis knocks it over to Gary Trent, and he can't get it to go. Turner with the offensive rebound back into Giannis, and he can't get the layup to go, but he does draw the foul. Bucks just out hustling the Knicks on all fronts here, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is a superstar performance right there. Kay Hazy said, we look terrible, I'm over this. Well, you know, when your two best players are hobbling out there, limping around gingerly, like, I would just pull them out of the game and say, Tyler Kolek, throw him in the fire. Hug Porty, throw him in the fire. I've said for a while now, after that first game, you gotta sit Karl Anthony Towns if he's dealing with a grade 2 quad strain. He has no lift. He has no lift. He has no ability to stop when he's running into the paint. He's running right into guys. He's shuffling the ball all over the place. Larios Ernesto said Giannis is the man. He's going to win. I mean, he's leading his team to the victory tonight. Straight Pass said we can work on that. Understand, bro. Definitely are made for calling the games. You give great visual for the commentary. I'll leave you alone now. You don't have to leave me alone, brother. I love having you in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Like I said, we'll call a bunch of games this season, even outside of the Knicks games. We'll call every single Knicks game. But I'm live Monday through Saturday, Monday through the weekend. So if the Bucks come up and they got an interesting game, we will be watching it live. Ellie said Towns is looking lazy. We can't get one good pick and roll. He's not lazy. He's just dealing with an injury, which, you know, I like that he battled through it for the opener. Nice. I tip my cap to you. You got to sit down and rest it. At this point, you're hurting the team more than you're helping them. You got to sit down and rest it. The Knicks are just going to have to be able to survive without you. I would like to think that the Knicks are maybe waiting for Mitchell Robinson to come back from the injury so that they can swap them essentially out. And then you could have Mitch starting and have Towns take a rest now. But who knows? Who knows what's going on with Mitch because the team won't tell us. Straight Pass to subscribe. You seem like a real one. Appreciate you, Straight Pass. Appreciate you. I just got a passion for basketball. My favorite team is the Knicks, so I'm gonna be biased towards the Knicks. But, you know, I love me some basketball. We're going to watch as much basketball as possible this season on this channel. So stay tuned, my man. Stay tuned. Yak said, give Cat size help with Huck Porty. Yeah, go to the double big. I don't think we've seen the double big at all so far tonight. Like, you got Turner and Giannis out there with the double bigs. Like, not a very good game. First time I'm saying this season. Not a very good game from Mike Brown tonight. Didn't love some of the decisions he's made tonight, both rotation-wise and game plan-wise. Didn't match up Anunoby's minutes to Giannis. And Giannis started off a little bit slow tonight, settled for some jump shots, and then he took Anunoby out, and then Giannis got it going. Went right to the rim, got it going, got the groove going. So AP said, I'm done with Mitchell Robinson. I'll be done with Mitchell Robinson when they trade Mitchell Robinson, if that ever happens. But as long as he's wearing orange and blue, still my favorite player on the team. Yak said Allen Houston was a smart, great Knick. I don't get the Houston hate. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I don't get the Allen Houston hate either. AB said first official losing streak. If they can pull off some sort of miracle, yeah, for sure. Sure. I also didn't love how much he played Josh Hart tonight over Shamit. Shamit had it going. Josh Hart did not. Get Josh Hart out of there. David, what's up, David? How you don't trade Cat for Giannis is beyond me. There is no comparison. I'm sure they talked about it. You're not trading Cat for Giannis straight up. You see the difference between Karl-Anthony Towns and Giannis. I'm sure if the Bucks said, oh, yeah, just give us Karl-Anthony Towns, yeah, we'll make the deal. The issue is that the Milwaukee Bucks were like, yeah, give us Towns, give us Anunoby, give us all your picks, and give us Deuce McBride. And the Knicks were like, okay, then we're left with nothing. We can't do that. Giannis splits the free throws. It's a 9-point game. 13-2 run for the Bucks here to close it out. Do the Knicks have some sort of last 2-minute miracle here? They get it over to Anunoby, right corner 3, gets blocked by Turner. Bridges knocks the rebound to himself, gets it back to Anunoby. Anunoby out to Shamit. Shamit to left corner 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Giannis with the rebound, and that might effectively end the game there. Lionel said the Heat won again. Yes, they did, Lionel. Yes, they did. We went through it. Put up 144 points. Another impressive victory for the Miami Heat. Ryan Rollins down the lane, up top to Turner. They swing it over to Gary Trent. He pump fakes, sidestep 3 over Towns. Well, I was about to say splashes it, but he can't get it to go. 90 seconds to go in the game. Brunson crosses over, bringing it down. Brunson steps through, shoves it out to Bridges. Bridges forced to attack, mid-range jumper. Rattles it in. The 2-pointer. Points. 7-point game. Well, the Bucks will slowly walk it down and wind the clock down as much as possible. Brunson trying to apply some full-court pressure. But, again, hampered with whatever injury he's got. Get it over to Giannis. Giannis up top. Backing down Brunson. Backing him down. Backing him down. Takes it out to Green. Green coming to his left, back to Giannis. Giannis coming to his right, off the wing, kicks it out. Gary Trent Jr. wide open straightaway three. How did that happen at the buzzer? I don't know. But if the previous shots were in daggers, that's a dagger right there. 117-107 with a minute to go. And that's going to effectively give the Knicks a 2-game losing streak here, losing to the Heat the other night. On their way to losing to the Bucks here as Brunson knocks down a nice floater. Okay, cool. Giannis driving it down, gets a two-handed slam, flexing on everybody, hyped for the night. I mean, this is what happens when an MVP plays like an MVP. He wins you games. Bridges driving it down, extra pass to Brunson. Brunson walks. Nope, they called the foul previously. Bridges was driving it down, so foul on the floor. OG Rude's up. Rosenfield said coach needs to coach, not play favorites maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he has favorites. He just got here. He doesn't have favorites. He doesn't have favorites. You know, you're missing Deuce McBride. You're missing Mitchell Robinson. I think one of those two guys over Josh Hart will likely close most games. Brunson up top, coming to his left, driving it down against Giannis. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Giannis. Halfway in, can't get it to go. Bridges with the offensive rebound and putback after Towns saved the rebound. It is an 8-point game with 27 seconds left. Ryan Rollins is going to bring it down, and I don't think we should foul here. Shaman does foul. Let him dribble out the clock. This game is over. Rollins at the foul on 2 free throws. Buzzer Beater said, all Knicks fans have a Nick they hate. For me, it's Marbury and Melo. Knicks fans I hated, or Knicks players I hated. I hated Trey Burke because a lot of Knicks fans were like, oh, he's the point guard. We found our point guard because he had a 44-point game once against Denver. Hated Trey Burke. And they also played him in front of Frank Ntilikina when we should have been playing Frank Ntilikina to try and trade him at some point. Ryan Rollins knocks down the first free throw. Knocks down both free throws. Knicks players I hated. Hated Trey Burke. Hated Alonzo Trier. Absolutely despised Alonzo Trier. Thought he was truly horrendous. As Anunoby turns it over, they'll inbound it and they will dribble out the clock. And 121-111 will be our final score here tonight. Brunson with 36, Giannis with 37. Great battle between the two. Giannis is the better player and came out on top. To be expected, right? To be expected. If we said both Brunson and Giannis are going to go off and play like superstars tonight, who's going to win? Well, probably the guy who's the better superstar in Giannis, right? So unfortunately, the Knicks lose tonight and fall to 2-2. Thunder did end up beating the Kings. Like I said, the Thunder win those. They win those. They beat the Kings. To be expected. We went over the other box scores. 76ers beat the Wizards in overtime. The Heat dominated the Hornets 144-117. And then the late game we have is Clippers-Warriors. The one thing we did not discuss, Yak said Brunson wasn't hurt, is the good part. It could have just been adrenaline, Yak. Obviously wasn't super hurt, which is the good thing, but you know, we have 2 days off before Friday, which is why I thought you should just sit the guys here tonight. And if that leads to a loss, look, you lost anyway, right? You lost anyway. So you should have just sat Karl Anthony Towns, rested him, and gotten ready for the Friday game, right? You ended up losing anyway. You're playing these guys through injuries, and you're 2-2 anyway. Sit the guys. Rest them up. Let them get their health up. That is more important than anything right now. Just that's a JB and Cat on the same page since the second. Not on the same page? AB said epic collapse? What was the collapse? Do you watch basketball, AP? It was a back-and-forth game all night long. And then Giannis at the end was able to squeeze one past the Knicks. Like, that's basketball. What was the collapse? Y'all be so dramatic. I hope y'all are not this dramatic in your lives, man. Relax. Buzzer Beater said, where's Alonzo Trier now? I have no idea. Playing professional basketball somewhere, I think. Straight pass said a championship team will always beat a team full of champions. Individuals help, but team matters. Look, Ryan Rollins played incredible tonight. Maybe even above what he normally plays. Giannis was incredible. He played a Giannis Antetokounmpo game. He's started off the year incredible. Brunson got hurt, unfortunately. Towns was a disaster. 2 for 12 tonight. Anunoby 3 for 11. Again, I said I'm not worried about Anunoby's offense tonight. I'll give him a pass tonight because he had the tough assignment of trying to guard Giannis. But Brunson did enough. Bridges did enough with 24. Landry Shamet did his job with 16. Towns was terrible. Anunoby was terrible. Jordan Clarkson did his part off the bench, 10 points and 2 threes. Tyler Kolek was okay off the bench. 5 points, 2 assists in 11 minutes. That's what I'm expecting from him. Huck Porty didn't do much. He grabbed 3 rebounds, had an assist, had a steal. He was fine. It was fine, passable. But Josh Hart was pretty bad. Again, more bad Josh Hart. He was a minus 18 tonight. And Karl-Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby didn't give you much offensively at all. As a matter of fact, Karl-Anthony Towns with 5 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, and 2 for 12 from the field. So that's where you lose. Where you lost it. Your second star did not play like a star. The Bucks don't have a second star, but they got Ryan Rollins, who played like a star tonight, and he was phenomenal. Ryan Rollins ends his night with 25 points. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He was also 4 for 4 from three-point range and 8 for 11 from the field overall. That might be his most efficient game of the season. I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe he really is that guy as the season goes on, and he's really developed to this point. But there's 2 teams who went at it, and the Bucks came out on top because Giannis was able to pull it out. Last season, the Milwaukee Bucks won the in-season tournament, and you know who they beat in the championship game? The Oklahoma City Thunder. Because Giannis Antetokounmpo said, I'm just going to be the best player on the court. I'm going to be a superstar. Right? When Giannis does that, the Bucks can beat anybody. They could beat the Thunder. They could beat the Nuggets. They could beat the Cavs. They could beat the Knicks. Clearly, as they did tonight. When you got a superstar at the level of Giannis's, you have a chance, which is why nobody's really counting out the Bucks entirely. Because as long as you have Giannis, you have a chance. And he proved that tonight. AB said, how many days is McBride going to take off? As many as he needs. Taking personal days, which means it's something serious. If you would like to go ask him, my brother, you can go ask him. Gio PRZ, Gio Perez. What's up, Gio? What are you cooking tonight, chef? What am I cooking tonight? I don't know, but I did have pasta for dinner, so maybe I shoved up some pasta. Maybe we'll go with that. Yak said, if Cat plays his average game, we win. Yeah, Cat. Terrible night. Terrible night for Cat. I mean, like I said, I thought his first half was fine. Obviously, you want him to score a little bit more. Obviously, you want him to be more aggressive and take more shots. But at the same time, I thought he did a perfectly good job of playing the decoy, allowing his teammates to shine. And then in the second half, felt like, no, but I got to make sure I get my numbers, guys. Like, no, man, chill. You scored 8 points tonight because Bridges went off for 30 and Brunson went off for 30 and Anunoby's got 18 and Shamet's knocking out shots. Like, that's fine as long as we win the game. And I think Karl-Anthony Towns lost sight of that because he was not happy taking 1 shot in the first half. But he got to the foul line as well. But as long as you're playing the decoy and defenses are paying attention to you, it will open up because they will start paying more attention to Bridges, start paying more attention to Shamet, and opportunities for you will open up as the game goes on. And you forced it in the third quarter, and you forced it in the fourth quarter, and you were not in a rhythm, and you had a terrible night. Buzzer Beater said we need to get healthy. Fantastic comment, Buzzer Beater. That's ultimately what it is, and I'm just upset that it seems like they're not prioritizing their health right now, right? They talked all preseason, all training camp about how they're going to prioritize Mitchell Robinson's health to completely ignore the health of the other 14 players on the roster? Why are we asking guys to play through injury? Just sit Karl-Anthony Towns. Just have the doctors be like, you don't play through grade 2 strains. Sit down. You're done. You're done until you're healthy. AB said, I just think he ate bad food again. No, he's dealing with a grade 2 quad strain. That's not something you don't play through. That is not something you play through. That's something you sit a month out of. You know? Yak said, had short ribs and rigatoni during the game. Sounds delicious. Short ribs and rigatoni. Hold on, Yak. You were really chefing it up over there. Hold on, that sounds good. Okay, he said Josh needs to figure out what he's doing. He shouldn't be just standing at the top looking for a pass. Doesn't result in anything. Old habits die hard, man. That's the Tom Thibodeau system. But the issue with Josh Hart is you can't have him in the corner because teams are just like, all right, you go ahead, Josh Hart. You stand in the corner. Go ahead, shoot that wide open corner three. We don't care. We know you don't want to shoot it. We know you're not confident in your ability to hit it. So they're leaving him wide open in the corners. They're leaving him wide open on the wings. And so where's Josh Hart going to go? He's going to go to the top of the key and say, okay, well, give me the ball because nobody's guarding me. And the second he touches the ball and he looks around, you don't want to shoot that open three because he's not confident in a shot. He doesn't have a driving lane because they usually have a big man on him. And he's got nobody to pass it to because the guy who's guarding him is down there in help side, so he can't get it to Cat. Brunson's now probably in the corner or on the wing being like, all right, just give me the ball. I guess we'll reset the offense. I guess I got to run pick and roll now because now the shot clock's down to 10. It completely messes up the offense. Look, I love Josh Hart as much as the next guy. But Josh Hart is becoming a real issue with this team. It's becoming a real issue. Obviously, it dates back to last year, but he ultimately just needs to go get surgery on his finger. Because it does not matter how good his defense is, which is, it's okay. It's not great. It's not like Anunoby level. It's okay defense. It's fine. Survives on his own, but it's fine. And the three-point shooting in the offensive game has completely fallen off the cliff. Right? What do you have tonight? 5 points? He hit a three. Off the bench, Josh Hart. 1 for 5 from the floor. The one he made was a three. 1 for 4 from three-point range. 3 points. 3 points, 2 turnovers, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Or 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. You know, he's a chaos engine. Played 26 minutes tonight on a night with no Mitchell Robinson and no Deuce McBride. You know, so you would think 26 minutes is fine. I used to say Josh Hart is a 25 to 30 minute per game guy, but when you're insulating him with Hakportis and Diawaras and Clarkson and Kolex, I just don't love it, right? And then when you have him out there with Karl Anthony Towns, the team IQ just feels like it drops off the cliff. The team basketball IQ feels like it drops off the cliff with some of the decision-making between those two players, right? Very frustrating, very annoying. Chi said, I'll say it again, last year was our year. Damn, Snitcher don't cost us. Maybe. Look, last season, Chi, AP, all the negative Nancy's in the chat, we're talking about how, this team's going to lose in the first round. And then, they were in a battle with the Detroit Pistons. They were like, they're going to lose to the Detroit Pistons now. And then they won. And then you were like, okay, well, they're going to get blown out by the Boston Celtics. And then they won that series. And then they went against the Indiana Pacers. And then you guys were like, they should beat the Pacers. And then they lost, So, that was off of a up and down tumultuous regular season where it felt like nothing could really go right. Felt like we were making wrong decision after wrong decision, playing Josh Hart 40 minutes a night in the starting lineup for a lineup that didn't work. And, I think as the season goes on, as the team gets healthy, we'll get Deuce McBride back. The team will look much better. They'll get more comfortable in the offense. You can't seriously judge them. Like, we could be upset and we could analyze what we see, but you can't seriously judge them, I would say, until we get towards the end of November. Give them about a month and a half into the season to figure out this offense, figure out how everybody should play, and figure out what they need to do. We talked about the things that went wrong again in the Miami game. We'll talk about the things that go wrong in this Milwaukee game and how to fix them, and we'll see them adjust as the season goes on. They already adjusted tonight in comparison to how they played. They adjusted tonight in comparison to how they played against Miami, right? You just got beat by Giannis. Sometimes that's going to happen. Sometimes you're just going to get beat by the superstar guy, right? Like, maybe you play a game against Charlotte and LaMelo goes off. That might happen, and then you lose to the Charlotte Hornets, who are not a very good team. But you might lose to the superstar player on the other team on a night, right, where they get hot. And Giannis is at the tippity top of the list. It's right now, obviously we're 4 games into the season, but right now it's Wemby and Giannis sitting at the very top of best players in the league right now, right, with the way they played to start the year. So you went up against at a point where Giannis is playing his best basketball. This is as good a basketball as Giannis has ever played. This is like the level Giannis was playing when he won MVP. And you ran into him tonight, ran into a buzzsaw, and he beat you. On a night where you're missing Mitchell Robinson, who would have helped defensively tonight. You're missing Deuce McBride, who would have helped you defensively tonight. Karl Anthony Towns is out there limping around. Jalen Brunson gets hurt later in the game, and he's limping around. So, you're dealing with a situation right now where you just kind of got to get healthy. You got to learn the system better. And like I said, it's going to be an up and down, tumultuous start to the year, and it's going to be a roller coaster. We're going to have highs, and we're going to feel like we're the best team in the league, and oh my goodness, it looks awesome, and it's great. And we're going to have lows where it's like, really? You lost to the Heat, and then you lost to the Bucks? Like, come on, man. should be able to win both of those games. And I get it. And I'm with you. But Buzzer Beater said, should we have traded Mitch this summer? No. If you're trading Mitchell Robinson, you're trading for somebody who's just as, if not more, impactful, right? If Mitchell Robinson doesn't play a basketball game until April this year, and then he plays in April and is ready to go in the playoffs and he's 100%, it's still worth it to have him on the roster because he's that damn impactful. He's one of the best defensive big men in the league. That's it, point blank, period. If he plays 65-plus games, he's making an all-NBA defensive team. You know? So as long as he's healthy for the playoffs, like I know it's frustrating to have him on the roster and then not have him play first 4 games of the season, and we're like, come on, man, what's going on, Mitch? Like, I get that. Frustrating. But the team is not worried about the first 4 games of the season. The team is not concerned that they're 2-2. You know? Team is not going to be concerned if they're 6-10. You know, which I hope they're not going to be. I showed you what my expectation is. 18-10 by Christmas. 18-10. Right? So they're 2-2. So they need to go 16-8 the rest of the way. Which, you know, isn't the hardest thing in the world. In a 4-game stretch, they went 2-2. You know, it is what it is. Lana Mona said, bring back Tibbs. I'm not sold on Mike Brown. But you're sold on Tom Thibodeau? Come on, man. Buzzer Beater said, can't put Brunson in the package? For the Giannis package? Come on, man. What are we talking about? Buzzer Beater said, I still suffer PTSD from that Pacers game. Everybody does. Judge Dad said, Knicks are now winning Oasis. We hope they would be this week after the Giants RIP this season. You know, the Knicks are not going to be judged based off of how they perform in October, right? We want them to see them play well. We want to see them play well. We want to see them continuously improve. We want to see the guys get healthy. But that's the thing. It's going to take time, unfortunately. Yak said this game would be different if Mitch played. Yeah, I mean, we can say that about a lot of games. But until Mitch makes a season debut, I don't even want to talk about Mitch anymore, right? Until he has his season debut, I don't even want to talk about Mitch, right? Gigi said, I just hate seeing Softy every summer posting videos looking like Olajuwon, then comes to the season he's not available. Mitchell Robinson does not post videos over the summer. Those are old videos, Gigi. Come on, brother. Come on. Those are way old videos. AP, what's up, AP, with a very generous super chat. Mom, man, you don't got to do that, AP. You don't got to give the super chat. You know I'm going to read your message anyway. You don't got to give me many. You don't have to give me money to read your message. You know I'm reading your messages anyway, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. He said 20 games they get before Darth Vader force choke happens. Yeah, I get you. I'm 100% with you, right? I'm 100% with you. Christmas Day, they're at game 38. So by the end of November, it's about 20 games. We're talking about the same time period, 20 games. I'm with you, right? Listen, give them that grace period. Give them that time to get the kinks out. Give them that time to get a little bit healthy, all of the things. And then after that, gloves are off. Now I got no excuses for you, right? Now, I'll still gradually be like, okay, well, you know, it's still early and they're still going to learn. But gloves are off. If you have a bad night, we're going to talk about, all right, what's working, what's not working. Mike Brown, what are you doing? But I'm going to give them, you know, about the 20 games, like you said, AP. I'm with you. But you got 20 games to get things right. You got about 20 games. I would say you got to the end of November. Yak said Milwaukee can't take Cat or anyone near making $20 million without going over the second apron. Depends who they're sending back. Obviously, right? Just that's a needed to start like this, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, look, there's pros and cons. Even tonight, there were moments in that first half where it was like, oh man, if this team is going to play like this, can anybody beat them? Like, are we the new Thunder? Hold on, dynasty in the making, right? That's how well they played in the first half. And then, in the second half, bogged down a little bit. Like we talked about, Karl Anthony Towns got into his head. He needed his numbers, took the offense to his own hands, started going one-on-one. It's like, what are you doing? So, just that said 4-0, we would be insufferable. Good point. The fan base needed this more than I think the Knicks did. The fan base needed it more than the Knicks did, for sure. But the Knicks are a team that traditionally gets off to a slow start. Now, that goes back to the Tom Thibodeau era, and we attributed it to Tom Thibodeau teams getting off to slow starts, but it might just be this Knicks team. Might be just this group of Knicks players that get off to a slow start, and they'll get better as the season goes on. At some point this year, they'll rip off an 8, 9, 10, 11 game winning streak, and they'll have a 4-game losing streak at some point this year. So, David Osh Jr. said, I need a big win Friday. Unfortunately, the Chicago Bulls are pretty damn good. Unfortunately, the Chicago Bulls are pretty damn good to start the year. I believe they're 3-0. Did not play tonight. I believe they're 3-0. I know they lost the other night, I think. Okay, he said, we were warned it would look bad, hoping it's just growing pains. Yeah. I told you guys during the training camp, told you guys in the preseason, give them time. Give them a grace period. Give them about a month and a half grace period, right? And then after that, take the gloves off. Rip them to shreds. Talk about what's good and what's bad. But before that, let them grow. Let them grow. Let everybody get accustomed to each other. Also, I didn't even know Yabusele tonight, who would have been a nice matchup for Giannis Antetokounmpo, with, being a bigger body, a stronger dude. So, it's just, you're down a lot of dudes. You're down Deuce, you're down Yabusele, you're down Mitchell Robinson. A lot of core guys who are really important to what the Knicks are trying to do, at least, right? Jose Beater said Mitch really needs to show out when he gets back, and that's on everything, my guy. I have no qualms with Mitchell when Mitchell Robinson does eventually play, if he ever plays at this point. Mitchell Robinson does eventually play, he's going to show out, because that's what he has always done, right? He looked fantastic in the preseason, which makes it mind-boggling as to how he's not ready for the regular season. But maybe he didn't respond perfectly well to playing a competitive basketball after a summer off, right? Again, they're more concerned about the playoffs with him than they are with the regular season. Just sucks that they're not as forthcoming with what's actually going on with them. Just let us know. Straight Path, my man, my Bucks fan. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Said, how do you think Giannis finishes his career, and what legacy do you think he'll leave behind? He's going to leave behind one of the most dominant, he's the Shaq of this era, the most physically dominant player we've had in the league. Now, Wemby might take the crown from him now, as we enter the era of Wembanyama, but he's going to go down as the most physically dominant player of his time. Whether he ends his time in Milwaukee or not, I think he's going to be fondly remembered for his time in Milwaukee. He brought the championship to Milwaukee. So that's literally, you can do whatever you want at this point, right? You can do whatever you want. He gave you the thing that few players are capable of giving their franchise. He brought the championship to Milwaukee. And he's given Milwaukee proper notice. He's been very communicative, very honest of hey, look, man, I'm trying to win. And if we don't have a winning team, I'm going to look to go elsewhere to win. He's been very honest. I think he's handled the situation of probably not going to retire in Milwaukee. He's probably going to end up leaving at some point. But I think he's handled the situation very maturely and pretty wisely, right? Every single time it feels like the Bucks might be fading away from being, a legit playoff team or a legit championship contending team, the Bucks have made a move, right? First, they sent 4 picks for Jrue Holiday, right? Traded 4 picks for Jrue Holiday, and they were like, nope, we're committed to winning, and that helped them win the championship. And then when that started to go, they fired Budenholzer, and then they traded Holiday for Dame. They were like, no, Giannis, we're committed, right? And then Dame gets hurt, and they're like, oh, okay, listen, we'll pay him into perpetuity. We'll stretch and waive. We'll waive and stretch his contract, and then we'll go make a Miles Turner move that nobody saw coming. We'll do the unthinkable to keep Giannis around. We'll do the unthinkable to stay competitive, Giannis, right? So because he's told them hey man, Dame's out, team's not looking good. I might be out of here, and they were like, listen, let us try something, right? So he's done his part in terms of letting the organization know, hey, if this is what it's gonna be, I'm out, right? And they were like, okay, well, give us time, and we'll figure something out, right? And even now he's told them, hey, look, that was nice, but we're still not really a championship contending team, so if you got something else in the work, I might be out after this year, right? He's been very honest with them, which I think is all a player should ever be with their organization, especially an organization that the player has given their all to, which he has with Milwaukee. Buzzer Beater said, Giannis is what Blake Griffin, Sean Kemp, and Stromile Swift were supposed to be. I think Blake Griffin Blake Griffin was a perennial all-star, finished top 3 in MVP, I think twice in his career. I think Blake Griffin reached what we all thought he was going to be. Was an all-NBA player multiple times in his career, was like the focal point of a team, was a franchise player. I disagree with the Blake Griffin part of that, but the Sean Kemp, Stromile Swift guys, I get it. They had that potential to be, quote unquote, one of the best players in the league with their athleticism and whatnot. And Giannis has actually hit it. Just that said, Brunson looks rusty late game. He was hurt. He's hurt, man. He's hurt. He was dominant at the end of the Heat game. He just couldn't do it by himself. They were down like 17 in the fourth quarter. And he gets hurt tonight. Yeah, got hurt tonight. But as Beater said, Pippen was always more versatile than Giannis. Giannis needs a 5-out offense with very good shooters to be successful. That's modern basketball, brother. Modern basketball. Every dominant player needs shooting around them. You're not doing anything unless you have shooting around you. Defenses are too good, right? Zone defense was illegal back in the 90s. So you could not be in help side if you were off ball, which means the paint was wide open, right? The big man had to completely leave his assignment to come over to help side. Just that said, better career, Pippen or Giannis? Giannis without a question. It's not even close. Not even close. Pippen was never even close to being the best player on a championship contending team. Wasn't a leader. People didn't like playing with him. Was a jerk. Had his, was constantly arguing with the front office about contract stuff. Contracts he signed and then was upset about it. Giannis is way. Giannis is all the way up here and Pippen is all the way down here. Giannis is in the conversation for like top 20 players of all time. Like he's in that range, around 20, wherever you want. Like I don't know. I don't know who's 18, but I'm just saying he's in that conversation. Pippen is nowhere near that. He's like closer to like 40. Elizabeth said Giannis needs it more than Pippen. Different eras, brother. Different eras. Like I said. David Osh Jr. said Mike Brown's system is not us. How do you make that distinction, David, when they look awesome? Awesome. When the system is working, it looks awesome. When Karl-Anthony Towns takes it upon himself to go one-on-one because he wants his points in the third quarter, it doesn't look good. When they run the system, wide open shots for everybody. For everybody. Bridges gets wide open looks. Anunoby gets wide open looks. Brunson gets wide open looks. Shamet got wide open looks tonight. Right? But when you got Karl-Anthony Towns hijacking the offense and going one-on-one because he didn't like the fact that he took one shot in the first half, throws everything awry. But the system, when the Knicks run the system the way it's supposed to be ran, you get wide open looks out of it. So I have no idea what you're talking about, David. I completely disagree with that. Just that Pippen played the same position as Giannis. Giannis is a big man. Pippen was a wing. Again, different eras. Different eras. But that's going to be it. Not much to go around across the league, but we're going to end it there, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out with us here tonight. Go to our final scene. Appreciate y'all for coming out with us tonight. Of course, as always, our final score, 111 to 121. The Knicks fall to 0-2. I mean, to 2-2. 0-2. 2-2 on the season. Fell to the hands of Giannis Antetokounmpo being Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. He was a star tonight. He was fantastic. He was awesome. As always, want to give a shout out to all the members who have decided to help support this channel. Johnny Miller, Jose NYC, Roger G. Wall, OG Rue, my man Susan, my man Miguelito Hernandez, Shot Collins, James Sumler, Ellie Mooskov, El Tigre, Knicks will be 2026 champs, CP's True Mets Talk, David Miskelly, and my man Mark. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me here tonight. And as always, Justice's dad, Buzzer Beater, MB, David Osh Jr., Susan, Karen, Yvette was in the chat earlier. I appreciate y'all. AP, thank you guys. Straight Path, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Nick Yak, of course. And as always, remember to brush your teeth before bed, get a good night's sleep, and stay hydrated, y'all. And until next time. Oh, we didn't go over a game we're going to watch tomorrow, but I'll pick. I looked already at the schedule. Not a lot of great games on, so I'll pick what game we watch tomorrow. It's fine. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. I'm out. Bye.